And we are live. Okay, so gonna be first down 10 for the 30-yard line after a touchback on that kickoff. Chargers start with the ball. I did pick the Broncos to win, but I do think it's gonna be a very, very interesting game. Both really good defenses, so I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game. And I think it's going to come down to opportunities when it comes to turnovers. And going to be a handoff to Gus Edwards, who's going to get up to about the 34-yard line. So nice gain of 4 yards. Be second down and 6. I think, yeah, we're set up. All right. If you're wondering why I'm not, I don't have a jersey on or anything like that, because I literally got back from work, ate, and didn't have time to change. So that's why I'm like this. All right, second down 6 from the 34-yard line, shotgun formation. Now empty set, drops back to pass, and going to be a dump off to Gus Edwards, who is going to get about 3 yards maybe. And it'll be about third down, about 3. Either 3 or 2 yards a gain, so it'll be about third down and looks like third down 3. Yep. But yeah, so I picked the Broncos to win, but like I said, I think it's going to be a really good defensive-minded game. What's up, Matty Ice? I think Broncos win 2. I don't believe yet, but the Broncos is, yeah. Sorry. It's going to be a handoff and toss, and I guess nowhere. That's going to be loss of about 2 yards. However, there is a flag. Barton with the tackle. Holding, and that is going to be on the offense, declined. So it'll be fourth down, 3 and out by the Chargers. Just too good. Yeah, like I said, the Broncos' defense has been really, really good the last couple of weeks. Obviously, that Browns game is a little bit of an outlier, especially with Levi Wallace was one that was mainly getting torched. But with McMillan playing as well as he is, and obviously, Patrick Surtain is going to continue to be good. I feel really confident in my Broncos pick. And the punt is away and is going to be returned, fair caught actually, at the 28-yard line. So it'll be first down to the 28 for the Broncos. 13:30 left to go in the first quarter. So Bo Nix is coming on the field. I do still think that Jaden Daniels is going to ultimately win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think Brock Bowers should definitely be more in the conversation than he is, but when it comes down to a lot of rookie quarterbacks playing really well, it's unfortunate for him. He's not going to get it. But Brock Bowers has also been playing out of his mind. He's also on a bad Raiders team too. So first down 10 for the 28-yard line. Bo Nix under center and a strong right. Going to be a handoff, and Estime is going to is it Estime? No, sorry. Javonte Williams actually going to get about 4 or 5 yards there. Second down about 5. $13-11 left to go the first quarter. See if the Broncos can get anything going on offense. Actually, going to give them 6, so it'll be second down and 4. From a 34-yard line. Bo Nix in a shotgun formation. Williams is to his right. And going to be another handoff, and right up the middle, and he's going to, yes, he does. He gets the first down. It's going to be a first down and 10 for the Broncos at the 40-yard line. Also, I will be talking about my predictions for this upcoming week. Unfortunately, Luke and I were not able to do our usual episode for Ground Gurus. That's where I usually do weekly predictions. Mainly because both of us have been moving back to where we live and stuff like that. So first down 10 for the 40-yard line. Bo Nix under center. 2 tight ends set. Going to be another one. It's going to be a toss out to the right. That's Marvin Mims, and he gets about 2. So it's going to be about second down and 8. What do you think of Bryce Young's play the last few weeks? Do you think the good games are outliers or genuine improvement? I believe it's genuine improvement. I think what you see, because you saw with the Broncos game, there were certain things that were just this is kind of the same kind of Bryce, but there were still improvements of the placement that the first drive, I think it was the first drive or the last drive, both were touchdowns, and they were good. They were good drives to see Bryce okay, Now it's starting to go up against a good defense, and it was okay for him. Bo Nix drops back to pass. He's got all day to throw. He's going to check it down, and he's going to get about 5. So it's going to be third down and about 2. Um, so like that game obviously wasn't the best, but it was still like enough for it to be like, okay, you know what? Let's see how this goes. Those next 3 games, he basically leads game-winning drives, or like like at least game-tying drives, and then the defense would ultimately kind of like let up. So I don't think they're outliers. Obviously, we'll see the next 3 games against the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, and the Falcons. See how that goes. But I just think that really just like everyone played really bad in the Cowboys game. That I don't think it's just on Bryce. Third and 2, it's going to be handoff, and he's going to get the first down up to the 45-40, up to the 38, maybe the 37-yard line is Javonte Williams. Asking me about Broncos first down. 10:47 left to go in the first quarter, and the Broncos have moved over into Chargers territory. But yeah, so like the offensive line also had a really bad game where they gave up like I think it was 6 sacks. Like Icky had a really bad game, and Icky's been like Ike Mequanu's had a really good season so far. It's just like one of his bad games that like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, should we give him 5th year option? I still think you give him a 5th year option, but you kind of wait and see if you want to give him a big contract. Going to be a play action boot, and when we check it down up to the 30, up to the 25-yard line. Is that going to be Burt S. Adkins, number 45 for the Broncos, and another first down for the Broncos? They're just moving the ball on this Chargers defense. That's a really good job by Bo Nix too. It was a PA boot, and he had Derwin James like right in his face. Good on Bo. All right, so first down 10 from the 24-yard line. Bo Nix on our center. Estimates now in there. And it's going to be a handoff to him, who's going to make a cut, and he's going to get about 3. So it'll be second down and 7. But yeah, so I don't see them. I don't see the games as outliers. Obviously, he's going to get his 3rd year. Like, just like any quarterback should, they should at least get 3 years, unless it's been terrible. Like, I understand why the Tennessee Titans benched Will Levis because it had just been really really bad, and so I wasn't the biggest fan of Will Levis coming out too. So Bo Nix under center from second down 7, going to be another handoff, and he's going to go up the middle and he's going to get the first down. That's going to be 25 for the Broncos and first down 10 for the Broncos at the the 20, not the 20, they're at the 20. 14-yard line? I think they're at the 14-yard line. But yeah, and then also the fact too, like our defense has just been decimated. That we desperately need uh, talent and also depth. So I feel really confident that we're going to go heavy defense, not quite 2020 heavy defense, but go heavily on the defensive side of the ball. First down 10, and it's going to be a false start. Unfortunately, play clock was winding down. Bo Nix had to keep on clapping, clap, 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 clap. So, yeah. 8:19 left to go in the first quarter, and the Broncos will have first and 15 at the 19-yard line. Yeah. If I'm the Panthers too, like I'm looking at Mason Graham and I'm looking at Abdul Carter. Like if there's somehow, some way that both of them are gone before us, then you trade down. But I don't see that happening. First and 15, Broncos. Bo Nix, actually a little bit of a screen. Nice. And he's got blockers up to the 15, up to the 10, up to the 5. Ooh, not quite the 5. I think he got down at about the 6. But a late flag came in. I don't. Are they going to call unnecessary roughness or targeting on that? No way they're going to call that. It was a very, very late flag, and it happened a little bit after the hit. There's no way that can't be unnecessary roughness. I'll have to check and see that one again. That does not seem like a helmet-to-helmet kind of contact. Unnecessary roughness. I don't know about that. How? How? Okay, no, no, no. If Watson lowers his head, there's some contact, but like at the end of the day, like Watson's the one who's lowering his head. That shouldn't be called. Anyways, it'll be first and goal from the 3. I hate that call. Going to be another handoff, and SMA is going to basically walk into the end zone. Touchdown for the Broncos. 6-0, 7:34. Let's go in the first quarter, and the Broncos just drove down the field against this Chargers. And honestly, like I said, you get the first score. Basically 3 and out for the Chargers starting out too. It's looking really good for the Broncos this first drive. Now, granted, it's still early in the game, and both these are really good defenses, but the fact that they were just able to go down very, very easily, that's a little bit concerning. Kick is up and kick is good. So it is 7-0 for the Broncos. I'm trying to think what else I was going to say regarding the Bryce Young situation. Most of the stuff I pretty much have already said in like previous videos and stuff like that, but I'm really excited about what could potentially happen next year with the more improved roster, and also like a lot of our injured players coming back. So hopeful for that. Let me go to the NFL games, and I can start talking about like my predictions. Like I said already, I picked the Broncos to win. Now, Chiefs versus Texans. Both Luke and I, like Luke's a Texans fan. That's what I want to do Gridiron Gurus with. But he's not the most. He doesn't believe that much in the Texans right now because they've not really proven anything to him, and that's fair. I think the Chiefs are going to find a way to win, mainly because it's in Kansas City, and like I do wonder how the offense is going to do against the Chiefs defense that has been good the last couple of games. Obviously, against the Panthers, they struggled a little bit, but I think Chris Jones is going to be absolutely obliterate their interior. That's been really, really weak. So it'll be interesting to see if they can run the ball. Like, that's something that Bobby Slovic, who last year I thought was going to be a really good offensive coordinator, he's kind of shown some of his flaws where, like, one of the things that Luke always talks about is that he constantly tries to run the ball when they are not able to run the ball, just for running's sake. And trying to establish a run game, but it's not working. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it doesn't. He'll be like very stubborn with that. So if they continue to do so and they're not getting anything, that's just wasted drive after wasted drive. And though Joe Mixon's had a pretty good year, that's one of my really concerns, and that's the reason why I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes, even though he is banged up with that the ankle injury, they say he's going to be playing, and if he's going to be playing, like. I don't think this is definitely not the same exact Chiefs that we've seen the last couple of years, but I still think that they have just found a way to win. That's pretty much all I can really say. Steelers Ravens, that one was the hardest one for me to pick, mainly because the Steelers have won 8 of the last 9, I believe, against the Ravens, and they just don't know how to play them. But with T.J. Watt being questionable, I think he might be playing still. But is that Baltimore? I'm kind of hoping that the Baltimore wins so that it's like a closer contest going into the AFC North. So I picked the Ravens for that one. But it really could go either way. I think obviously last time they played, the Ravens barely used Derrick Henry, which was kind of wild. That's like Todd Monken, who I respect, came from Georgia. I'm an Auburn fan, so I respected him, but I don't understand his play calling, like why he went away from the run. And so I'm going with the Ravens because I really think that they're going to try to establish the run. And with TJ Watt kind of being up in the air, how effective is he going to be? So I'll go to the other games once we get done with this drive. So it's first down 10 to the 30-yard line. Justin Herbert under center. Play action pass. He's got time. I'm going to check it down to number 44. Sidesteps and 35 down to the 40-yard line. And a great job of is that Matlock? I think it is. who gets 10 yards on the play and a first down for the Chargers. What do you think of your new head coach? I am a big fan of Dave Canales. Obviously, I thought about making the video now, but I'm probably going to wait for a little bit. Last year, when Frank Reich got fired, I made a video talking about the state of the Panthers, and Canales wasn't in my top 5 because at that time he was still kind of showing like he was trying to improve steadily with the Buccaneers offense. I'll continue a little bit. First down 10 will be handoff, and he's going to get up to about the 47-yard line. Nice get about 7 yards. It'll be second down 3 for the Chargers. 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. But I was skeptical about him. But once I dove a little bit more deeper into him, obviously his connection with Dan Morgan, his connection with, kind of taking battered quarterbacks, I guess is the best way to put it, and revitalizing their careers, like, that was intriguing. And also his just positive personality, something that we desperately needed. And he breaks it outside the 50, 45-40, down to about the 35-yard line, and that is going to be Vidal. Wow, I forgot about Vidal. Obviously, without J.K. Dobbins, I was kind of concerned about the Chargers run game, but so far it's been really good this drive. But great job by Vidal, cutting it outside, and a nice little burst as well. So it'll be first down 10 for the 35-yard line. But I like also the fact that I think David Tepper is going to at least give Dan and Dave the 3 years that he gave Matt Rule, at least. Going to be another handoff, and he's going, and I think he can put 3 yards there. That's going to be Gus Edwards, so it'll be second down and 7. But one of the things that I think gets missed on David Tepper is that he is irrational, absolutely. But just because of what happened with Frank Reich, where he fired him within the first season, that was not the whole entire thing. Like, he gave Ron Rivera his time, and then it wasn't really working out in 2018 after Cam got hurt, but he kept on playing through. 2019, you had a little bit of something, but nothing really. And he still gave time, but it just didn't really work out. Matt Rule, he gave basically 2.5 years, and it was terrible. Justin Herbert's going to check it down. It's going to be Quentin Johnston. He's going to get maybe 4 yards. It'll be about third down and 4. But I'm hopeful that it's going to continue, that he'll give him some time. We'll be able to accrue more talent. So far, I'm liking our rookie draft class, and I think Dave Canales is at least the positive energy to revitalize this Panthers team that's been almost used to losing. Actually, third down 2, and Justin Herbert drops back to pass. He's going to throw across the middle, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be down to the 5, and that's going to be a first down for Palmer. Josh Palmer down to about the 3-yard line. However, there is a flag, but I think it was offsides. But yeah, that's what I think about the head coach. Hope that starting Broncos D was a good call. I do think, well, maybe. My league does a weird thing where the first round of the playoffs is 2 weeks for some reason. A lot of people do that. One of the playoffs that I have does that. The other fantasy league that I'm in doesn't do that. I won the first week. Now I'm going against I'm in the second round of the playoffs. First and goal from the 3. Justin Herbert under center. Going to send Matt Lockett in motion over to the left. Going to be handoff, and that is going to be down at the 1 is Gus Edwards. So second and goal from the 1. Points carry over, and I'm up 65 right now. Hope, beginners, luck carries. Oh, I'm up how far am I up? I'm up pretty big too. But yeah, I'm supposed to win by about 50. What's up, Zoe? Hey, Zoe. We're able to look at your Broncos right now. So far, they're up 7-0, but the Chargers are knocking on the door. First and goal from the 1. 3:19 left to go in the first quarter. Justin Herbert's going to be handoff. That's going to be Gus Edwards, who is going to be stood up, and then he powers through for a touchdown. And that's going to be 7-6. They don't. Okay. Finally, they raise up their hands. Goodness gracious. 7-6. 3:09 left to go in the first quarter, and it's about to be tied up. at 7 apiece. Speaking of my Bills fan experience, I think we all have issues with the ownership when the team isn't winning. Yeah. Everyone in Buffalo didn't like Pagula much until McDermott ended the drought. True. Also, there's also some Bills fans that still didn't like the fact that Pagula kind of like try to hold the city ransom when he was trying to get himself a new stadium. Like he was going to say that he was going to move him in Dallas. Now, I don't think a lot of people really took him like seriously, but the fact that you still do that, that's kind of a crummy move. All right, so kicker on to kick this extra point to tie up the game. Kick is up and it is good right down the middle. So it is 7-7. Gonna go to commercial break. But yeah, I think the other thing too, this some of this kind of come out as of recently, with a lot of people more accepting of Dave Tepper, where we're like he's kind of taking a step back. So there's a lot more praise going on there, and that's one of the things that he desperately need to do is just take a step back. I said in the offseason as well, and he's been doing that, and that's what I really like to see. The fact that I don't mind you being passionate. I don't mind all this kind of stuff, but when it comes to allowing the people that you pay to do their jobs, let them do their jobs. And so far, he's doing so. So I'm happy about that. It's definitely not what the Jets are doing right now. I did not know what was going on with the Jets. All I saw was some people like this is crazy. And so like the little bit time I had left to eat and then get ready for this, I saw like where they were talking about how everything that was going on with the Jets, which is still that's still wild to me that was allowed to happen. But continuing on about the predictions, like I said, pick the Broncos to win, pick the Chiefs to win, pick the Ravens to win. For the Giants-Falcons game, I mean, the Falcons should win, but it's be interesting to see how Michael Penix does. And Emmanuel, you were right. This is Penix time. It really is. I was criticizing Kirk Cousins that game, that the Falcons-Raiders game that I was streaming, because like his footwork was terrible, like absolutely atrocious. And I was just like, well, they're still winning, so I guess until they're out, they won't switch to Penix, and then they did. So why they didn't do it beforehand, I don't know. But Lions Bears, obviously this but this the previous time they played on Thanksgiving, Line barely beat the Bears. Bears literally probably should have won that game, but then obviously Eberflus does what he does, and then he gets fired. I still don't think it's going to be a close game. I'm interested to see how the Lions defense does. Obviously, they've been battered and broken. But ultimately, I'm going to go with the Lions because like I still believe in their offense. The Lions are really just going to come down to the fact can their defense come together in the playoffs, because they have a little bit of a tougher stretch. They have to go against the Vikings at the very end of the season. If they lose to the Vikings win out, then the Lions will lose out on home field advantage. That's what's kind of crazy about this season too, is that like there's like 3 teams that are vying for that number 1 seed in the AFC and the NFC, and it comes down to this week. Really, well, no, not really this week, but the next 2 weeks. And that's gonna be a touchback for the Broncos. It'll be first down 10 for the 30. And then I'll talk about the other games, but those are my predictions so far. Like I said, I wasn't able to do the podcast with Luke this week, so that's why I'm kind of like breaking down who I'm picking and why I'm picking it. But yeah. You'd be surprised. Most people really don't mind the stadium nonsense in Buffalo. Okay. Everyone's more annoyed about the Sabres, also Bagula being so bad. I am not a hockey. I'm not a. I do like hockey, but I don't have like a major sports. Well, what's the word I'm looking for? NHL. I don't have an NHL team. But the one thing that I do know is that the Sabres have been bad for a very long time. Maybe because Urinating Tree made a video about the Sabres a while back, I think. And that's the only reason why I know about it. Because, like I said, I like hockey at the lowest of the low level that's around me. Because it's like, I guess minor league, but I have no idea what the classification is. So second down 9 after a little check down by Bo Nix. Bo Nix in shotgun formation. Changing up the play. Play clock's at 5, 4, 3, and he gets it off, drops back to pass. Getting with pressure, throws, and it's going to be incomplete, unfortunately, way too low for, I think that was a Franklin. Yes, it was. So third and 9, 2:19 left to go in the first quarter. Um, I'm all in for Penix playing since I have him in my Dynasty Fantasy League. Honestly, that's what one of the things I was thinking. I was like, hey, it's finally paying off for some of the people who drafted him. Was like, you know what? So there were some people that I knew that had Penix on their bench just for like the longest time because they were just like, maybe eventually, but yeah. All right, so third down 9. Play clock's at 7, 6, 5, 4. Bo Nix drops back to pass. Getting a little bit of pressure, rolls out, fakes the throw. Oh, nice job. And he picks up the first down after about the 41-yard line. Bo Nix showing off the wheels a little bit there. And it's be first down 10 for the Broncos. 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. I don't know, who did he fake out? Did he fake out Derwin James? Oh, yes, he did. Nice job by Bo. I now wake up every morning and thank the football gods. Michael Penix Jr. has sent Kirk Cousins to the pine. I don't care about Kirk's contract. If Penix is good, cut Kirk, take the L, and rise up. Well, going to be a handoff, and Audric Estime is going to get. Oh my gosh, nice job by Audric Estime, getting about 9 yards there. Going to be second down and 1. Very powerful run by Audric Estime. I'm glad you're very happy, Emmanuel. Honestly, like. I think the fact that he's going against the Falcons should be good for him, especially like the secondary is bad, the linebackers are bad, the defensive line is good. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get some pressure on Michael Penix. But also, this is a Giants team that's very much going for the first overall pick. So if you somehow lose and you almost lost to the Raiders, that would be hilarious. But it's probably not going to happen. But still, it could. Second down and 1, it'll be handoff, and that's going to be a first down up to about the 47-yard line of the Chargers. 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the Broncos have once again crossed over midfield. Yeah, like I said, it's not that I don't have enough faith in Michael Penix, because Penix was my quarterback 5, I think. Yeah, because I had him above J.J. McCarthy, but I had both him and J.J. McCarthy not making much noise in year 1. I had Bo Nix as a lower ceiling, but still doing decently. He's done better than I expected. As we have batted ball by Khalil Mack, to be second down and 10 for the Broncos, with 12 seconds left to go in the first. And then I had Drake May as someone who needed to sit for a little bit, because like I said, he wasn't ready. I didn't like his arm motion, his throwing motion. I didn't think like his footwork was also atrocious too at North Carolina, but thankfully he was able to sit back for a little bit. I thought Alex Van Pelt was a pretty good offensive coordinator. Hopefully he can kind of train him, and so far it's been looking okay for Drake May, and the fact that it's not a very talented roster, but he's still making good throws, making good reads. Nice throw, and that's gonna be to Vele, who's gonna get up to about the 33-yard line. That's gonna be a Broncos first down, actually 34. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It is tied up 7-7, but the Broncos have had pretty good drives so far. Let me go back to the predictions that I was talking about. Oh, yeah. All right, so Cardinals-Panthers. The last week was the first time in, I can't remember what I said. I think it was 18 games. But it's been a pretty long time for the last time that I picked the Panthers to win, and I picked them against the Cowboys, and they failed me. So I'm definitely not going to pick the Panthers. But I do think it's going to be a close game, mainly because, for some odd reason, we play Kyler Murray pretty well. I don't know how that is, but consistently, usually every single year we play against the Cardinals, we play them pretty well. I also think that I also think that Bryce Young's will be playing pretty well against this Cardinals defense, especially the offensive line had a really rough day against the Dallas Cowboys defensive line. Adiki Zua did a really amazing job, especially against he had a really good couple of reps against Damian Lewis, and then Micah Parsons had one sack on Taylor Moulton. But also, I think he had like at least one sack or at least 3 or 4 pressures against Akiem Ekwonu. The Cardinals don't have that. That's something that they desperately need. They desperately need more talent on the defense. I think that they're a well coached defense, but like as far as talent level wise, I think there's a chance that Bryce can have a pretty good game against them. Ultimately, like I said, I still think that the Cardinals are going to win. James Conner is probably going to be able to run for at least 150 on us. But ultimately, I think it's going to be at least a good game. But so we'll find some way to lose just so we can keep that top 5 pick. Rams Jets. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, I thought it was going to be a really good game. I still think it's going to be decent enough. I'm going to be interested to see how the Jets handle trying to go against Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. Obviously, Cooper Kupp was zero fantasy points, 0 catches, 0 yards, all that kind of stuff last week in that terrible, terrible Thursday night game. I don't think that's going to happen in this game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Jets try to match up with both, like I said, both Puka and Cooper Kupp. Kyron Williams should have a pretty good game as well. So I'm going to take the Rams, basically because like they're the ones who are trying to make a playoff spot. They're trying to win the division, get a home playoff game. And the Jets are the Jets right now. Eagles Commanders. Like I said, I think the fact that the Commanders have kind of been limping the last couple of weeks. Obviously, there's the stigmatism with Cliff Kingsbury that his offense is his whole entire team just kind of like falls off as the season progresses, and right now it's not looking good. So I'm definitely going to pick the Eagles. They're on the hot streak, but obviously these division games, anything can really happen. So first down 10 for about the 33, and going to be a throw and a nice catch by Cortland Sutton. Not the best throw, but a nice catch up to the 29-yard line. 5-yard gain, second down 5. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna pick the Eagles. They're on a hot streak, and ultimately, I really like their defense. And the fact that I had Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean as my 1 and 2 cornerbacks, and then they've been playing outstanding. That makes me feel pretty good. Makes me feel pretty good about my draft evaluation on both of them. All right, so second down second down is 6 because it was at the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation from Bo Nix, drops back to pass. Has got time, rolls out to his right, throws on the run. It's going to be caught as we down to the 11-yard line. That is Cameron Sutton as well. First down 10, 14:08. Let's go to the second quarter. Tony Jefferson, okay, I have not heard Tony Jefferson in a very long time. So the fact that he has been on a couple of different plays, mainly that he got penalized for it, that is wild to me because he was on. Oh shoot! See, Tony Jefferson, wasn't he on the Baltimore Ravens for a little bit? I think one of the AFC North teams. I'm pretty sure the Baltimore. Hand off to Estime. Estime spins and he spins again, and he's down at the. I think he's down that 2.5-yard line. It's gonna be about second down and 1 again. Audrey Estime is having a really good game so far, and I'm sure they're going to try to give him another touchdown. I mean, I know there was a lot of people who were hyped for Estime, especially Broncos fans, when they drafted him. I was more skeptical about him, mainly because, I don't know what it is about Notre Dame running backs. They use just, I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't just, characterize all running backs from a certain program as, probably shouldn't. But I thought he was a little more stiffer. He's a very good power back, but I feel he was a little more stiffer, and he hasn't been. We throw it to Marvin Mims, and he might get the first down, but he's going to be short of the end zone, and they're going to give him first down. So we first and go from the 1 for the Broncos. 12:50 left go in the second quarter. I like that, getting Marvin Mims onto motion and then doing a screen with him. Like I said, you got a little bit of numbers because 7 has to go through all that mess. All right, so first and go from the 1. This drive is taking up 5:40 of the time. I mean, the Broncos got to be dominating this time of possession. Goal line, going to be a play action pass, And Bo Nix is just going to dump it off. That's going to be a touchdown to, who is that? Is that Burton? Yes, it is. It is Burton, number 24, the Broncos. And it's going to be 13-7. 12-17 left to go the second quarter. Broncos are up. Broncos are up. Goodness gracious. That is kind of wild that Michael Burton, like, um, I remember, oh shoot, what was that game? It wasn't Madden, or it might have been Madden Mobile, but I would always get Michael Burton as my fullback because he could just like catch out of the backfield. Kick is up and kick is good, and it's going to be 14-7 for the Broncos. So I'm gonna go. I guess I can, since we got a little more time, I can go back into my predictions. Um, Browns Bengals. Obviously, like anything goes in division games, but because they benched Jameis Winston, going back to DTR, I'm not too high on the Browns. I think that they pretty much not given up, but the vibe around the team is very much like another lost season. Ultimately, they still have to try to figure out the quarterback position. I was really hoping that James Winston could at least like be okay enough that it's be like, you know what, we'll be fine, and we'll bring in a rookie that can learn under James Winston. They still might do that, but it's been bad for the Browns, and ultimately the Bengals are also fighting for a playoff spot. Right now, they would need the Broncos to lose out pretty much because the Broncos have a really pretty tough road ahead. Obviously, they have the Chargers. Then they also have to go against the Chiefs in Week 18. That if the Chiefs don't have the first overall seed clinched up by then, are going to be playing their starters, and then they also have to go against the Bengals. So there's a chance the Bengals can make it in, but it's very rough. Um, the Chargers, like, oh, if they lose, they'll be eight. They'll be 8-7, I think, or something like that. But they also have the Raiders and the. I'm trying to think who else they have. They have like two of the worst teams. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it might be the Giants. I'm not for sure. But two of the worst teams they're still going against. So like, it's not like the Chargers are gonna lose out. Like, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bengals mainly because I kind of want them to still have that, like, hopefully we can make the playoffs kind of mood. Because like, I mean, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going off. Like, it's unfortunate their defense has just been so bad. It's been so bad. Colts Titans, like I said, Will Levis got benched. Mason Rudolph, I'm not like going to be super duper stoked with him, but ultimately I think the Colts are going to win. I think the Colts, like, they also have a pretty good shot. If they win out and the Broncos lose out, they would be in over the Broncos because of the conference record, regardless of the fact that the Broncos beat them head to head, which is kind of weird. But I think the Colts are going to win mainly because like they have more talent, and also Titans are also fighting basically for a top 5 pick. They're hoping to get one, especially because they have to go against the Jaguars once again. So I have the Colts winning that one. Kickoffs ensues, and it's going to be a touchback. So it'll be first down 10 for the 30. I did not cover that many games in that little short little break. I got to do a little bit better job on that one. Whoops. All right. Let me get a little water. We're talking about Justin Herbert's ankles. All right, so first down 10 from the 30. Going to be a play action pass, and dumps it off to Ladd McConkey up to the 40, up to the 45, 50. 45, and gets out about the 43-yard line. Dude, I loved Ladd coming out. I would have been okay if the Panthers took him. I'm still happy with the Xavier Legette. I still think he has potential. He's not there yet, and he never was going to be there. But man, I loved Ladd McConkey. I don't love Xavier Restrepo as much as Ladd McConkey, but I still like Xavier Restrepo as well. It's like one of those kind of guys that's just going to get open. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be Vidal, who's going to get about 2 yards, 2 or 3. Be a second down and 8. 11:33 left to go in the second quarter. 14-7. Um, I will say, like I said, I was a little bit wrong on Brian Thomas Jr. I had him ranked high, but I still was like skeptical because whenever the LSU went against like two good corners, like he would always get shut down in man coverage. But he's figured it out in the NFL. So Joe Burrow is going to not Joe Burrow, goodness gracious. Justin Herbert is going to run for about 3 and then slide down. So it'll be third down and 5. 10:55 to go in the second quarter. I don't know why I said. I guess because I was talking about the Bengals, I said Joe Burrow. Third down and 5. Shotgun formation with Vidal to the right. Justin Herbert drops back to pass, and he's going with pressure. Throws on his back foot. Will be catch. As we 30, and that's going to be up to about the 24, 20. No, actually, probably the 26-yard line. That's 84 of the Chargers, and it's going to be a first down 10 for the Chargers, trying to tie up this game. All right, so first down and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Chargers. Justin Herbert in the pistol with Gus Edwards behind him. Going to be handoffs out to the left, and he's going to cut back, and he's going to get up to about the 23. Looks like about the 23. Nice gain, about 3 yards. There'll be second down and 7. I said it was going to be a defensive game. So far, it might be already 14-14. Well, you win some, you lose some. It's still a pretty good game so far, so I like that. I will take that all day, every day after the last Thursday night game. All right, second down 7, 9:40 left to go in the second quarter. Justin Herbert in a shotgun formation. Going to be a play action pass. It's going to be actually a screen to Smart once again. Gets up to the 20, cuts back in, and I think he's going to be about half a yard short of the first down. It'll be third and about inches for the Chargers. 9:30 left to go in the second quarter. That was a good job by Justin Herbert. I was not expecting that at all. All right, third and 1. Justin Herbert on our center. It should be a quarterback. Oh, it's gonna be a handoff, and oh my gosh, they lose about 3 yards there. They lose about 3 yards. It's third and 1. I was like, oh, they might do a quarterback sneak. No, they like legit lost 3 yards. Okay, who messed up assignment? Oh, that's a really great job by Zach Allen. Oh my gosh. He gets up and he basically shields himself off from Sawyer. That's a really great job by Zach Allen. 37-yard field goal attempt by Dicker the kicker. Kick is up and it is going to be good. So it is 14-10. 8:50 left to go in the second quarter. All right, now I can go back to predictions. Okay, there we go. Vikings Seahawks. Obviously Seahawks. Once Geno Smith got hurt, they looked pretty bad. But I think, like I said, he should be back. But I don't know how Geno's going to do against this Vikings defense that's been pretty singing good. Like I said, they are. I think, like I said, they're definitely top 3 as far as like points per game. But also like Brian Flores has really good blitz packages as well. That I think Geno Smith is still going to be prepared for. But depending on how well he moves on that ankle, like I have enough faith in the Vikings offense. They have enough weapons against the Seattle's defense has been coming into its own. But ultimately, I'm gonna go with the Vikings. They're a little bit on a hot streak. Yes, it's in Seattle as well, but Vikings are going for for that first seed. Now, do I think that ultimately they're going to lose in the playoffs in humiliating fashion? Absolutely, but in the regular season, they're going to try to be as good as they possibly can be. But yeah, like I said, I have the Vikings. I have the Vikings winning. That was another prediction that was way, way off, but I'm okay with that one. Patriots Bills. I mean, like I said, some of these are like division games, so you never can like, oh, you never know. But like the Bills are on a hot streak. Their offense has been amazing. Their defense, not so much. But you're going against the Patriots that do not have a really good uh, offense outside of like Drake May, who's been trying to make plays. Like I said, they still desperately need more talent on the offensive side of the ball. Their defense has their defense has for the most part just been eh. Like, it's not been like anything spectacular or anything like that. But ultimately, Bills are the hot team. I would be surprised. Honestly, I would be the most surprised if the Patriots won this game out of any of the games, because also Bills play the Patriots two of the next 3 weeks. Jaguars, Raiders. These are two tank bowl teams. Like the Raiders trying to get that first overall pick. They're probably gonna lose it out to the Giants just based on like strength of record, unfortunately. Um, but I have the Jaguars. I have the Jaguars winning this one, which is going to take them out of the top five. Thankfully, because I'm very scared that the Jaguars are going to somehow get in front of the Panthers and take Mason Graham from the Panthers. I really want Mason Graham. I'll be okay with Abdul Carter, but I really want Mason Graham. I'll do the next three when we come back. Kickoff is underway, and it's going to be a touchback to 30. Are Moss and Sertan playing? From what I've seen, I know McMillan's playing, and I think that Sertan's playing, but I'm not. I haven't seen Moss yet. Now then again, that could be a good thing. I haven't seen Moss yet, so. But I think Sertan's playing. I could double check and see. Do you think defenses are catching up, ready for a quarterback sneak tush push this year? It truly depends. There have been some good attempts of like stopping the tush push and whatnot. There's also little wrinkles that you can do too as well. I'll talk about that a little bit too. First down 10 from the 30-yard line, shotgun formation. Clay at 4, drops back to pass. It'll be a screen to Javonte Williams, who's going to get up to about the 34-yard line. He's second down 6. I think that, like I said, the first year that the tush push was in effect, like it was almost unstoppable. The second year, it did get stopped, I think, by the Buccaneers because Vita Vea, like you said, like Vita Vea is just a dog, absolutely massive human being, great leverage as well. Like that's ultimately how you're able to stop it, and then also just some teams just cannot run it right. Um, that's a false start, unfortunately, for the Broncos. Ben Powers, and it's going to be second down and 11, I think. Yes, 8-14 left by second quarter. But ultimately, like you can do a quarterback sneak, but also do almost like a quarterback power with it as well. Like you're going outside the tackle in that case, or you could do. There was one instance where the Eagles did a setup like for a tush push, and then Jalen Hurts hand the ball off to his right, and they did like a power, like almost like an Army Navy kind of type deal. So second down 11, Joe Nix, and unfortunately it gets tipped at the line. It will be third and 11. Would have been a pretty good pass to Cortland Sutton. Unfortunately, that tip ball goes incomplete. But like I said, I think that certain teams have a better defensive line, have better I guess better scheme to be able to stop these quarterback sneaks and tush pushes. But ultimately, like it's always going to be a part of the game because it's if you have a big running back that is able to carry the ball, you're going to have quarterback sneaks. Third down 11. Bo Nix drops back a pass. Is just going to check it down, and Javonte Williams is going to get the first down. Oh wow! I mean, he got absolutely like his quad got absolutely obliterated. But it's going to be a first down 10 from the 40. From the 40? Yeah, from the 40-yard line. I think yeah. That's right. I gotta check and see if I'm pretty sure. Like I said, Sertan is playing. I don't think that Riley Moss is. I think they're trying to make sure with Riley Moss that he's okay. So I think they're holding him out for one more. Um, Bo Nix throws is going to be out to Marvin Mims, who's got a nice block up to 50, up to 45-40, up to 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, and that's out of bounds. Derwin James is basically just dragging him, and it gets him out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Marvin Mims. I mean, that was a great blocking, too. They had Marvin Mims coming out of the backfield, almost doing like a little bit of a wheel route. Well, actually, like a little bit of a swing pass. And I mean, Derwin James just kind of hawks him down, just kind of just like takes his undershirt and just rips him out of bounds. Is that Lil Humphrey? I think it is Lil Jordan Humphrey. He did a really good job, really good block. So it'll be first and goal from the 6-yard line. Bo Nix on our center. He's got 3 tight ends in there. And going to be a rollout. Just going to check it down. Oh, man, Javonte Williams. That would have been a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown. Unfortunately, it was a little bit high, but it could have been a caught ball. It'll be second to go from the 6. Let's see. All right, so second and goal from the 6-yard line. Bo Nix and shotgun. It's going to be a handoff. No, actually a play action pass. And it's going to be caught. It's a touchdown. Is it to Vele? Yes, it is. Vele with a touchdown, 20-10. 6:22 left to go in the second quarter. Well, this report is wrong. Jamil McLaughlin is playing, so I don't know why they're saying that he's not playing. Because like I said, I saw him on the field. Okay, so yes. So Broncos rule out Riley Moss. Patrick Surtain has no injury destination. Like I said, I felt like I saw Patrick Surtain. I definitely did not see Riley Moss. Oh, there's a. Okay, good. There's no foul. I about to say that was a late flag. So luckily, no foul. Touchdown still stands, and that's going to be an extra point on for the Broncos. Yeah, I'm happy for Mims. Mims coming out of Oklahoma. That's a pretty good throw by Bo Nix there. Let me get my charger. Oops. Where'd you go? There we go. Kick is up and good. Dadgummit. Stop falling. There we go. For some reason, my charger kept on, like, I kept on getting out of place. I have to keep my laptop on charge, or else it's going to die. It is a very old laptop, from like I think 2015, which is almost 10 years ago now. So yeah. What remaining teams do you want? Do you want to see in the Super Bowl this year? Okay. Obviously, the dream scenario would see the Bills versus the Lions. Because the fact that would mean that one of these teams is finally winning a Super Bowl. I think it would be very hard for some teams to be like, unless you're in the division, to be like, I don't want the Lions to win. I don't want the Bills to win. Like, that would be very hard for anyone to just be like, don't want to see them. I also kind of want to see the Ravens in the Super Bowl, mainly because, like, okay, I have been a big defender of Lamar Jackson before he won a second MVP. But I was a big defender of Lamar Jackson because I have loved him ever since his freshman year of college. I saw him. His first ever game was against Auburn in the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic, where he came in the second half and he looked pretty good. Had 100 passing yards, 100 rushing yards. Did have a pick, but he had a really good game. Like, I've been a big defender of Lamar. I want him to finally be able to silence the doubters a little bit, because it's kind of getting to the point where like they use the fact that he hasn't won a Super Bowl against them when like a lot of quarterbacks don't have a Super Bowl. Like yes, he doesn't have like some of these signature wins that unfortunately like quarterbacks in the past did, and that's gonna happen for anybody. But I think Lamar is a really good quarterback. Obviously, he's improved his passing as the years have progressed. Some that has to do with the fact that he's not in a Greg Roman offense anymore. But I would like to see the Ravens in there. Now, if the Ravens and the Lions go in, that would be very hard for me because both of the other two teams that I kind of rooted for since been a Panthers fan was the Ravens and the Lions, mainly because the Ravens had Josh Bynes, who is an Auburn linebacker, middle linebacker, loved him at Auburn, and then Nick Fairley was drafted to the Lions. So when I was choosing my teams, it was between the Ravens, the Lions, and the Panthers. So I still kept up with the other two teams as well. Um, and then I guess another team that I wouldn't mind getting in. Um, uh, no, there's not really another team that I really want to see in. Like I said, as far as like NFC wise, nah, not really. That have like a legitimate shot of wanting them to see them go in. First down to the 30-yard line. That's gonna be Gus Edwards gets about a yard, maybe a little pushing and shoving going on. But yeah, that like I said, like there's some teams that I would actually be rooting for. Other teams would be like, that's fine. Like if the Eagles made it back to the Super Bowl, I'd be like, you know what, they're a really good team. Happy for them. Had them, hosting the conference championship. So like my predictions for them would be pretty good. But I wouldn't be I would be jumping for joy if it is the Eagles versus the Chiefs, which could happen. Actually, a 2-yard game, so second down 8 from the 32. Justin Herbert in an empty set going to throw to the sideline, and that's going to be caught by Josh Palmer. It's going to be about 3rd and 3 for the Chargers. Down 21 to 10. 8. Sorry, not 8. 5:35 to go in the second quarter. It was 8 at the end. Vikings to be pretty cool. Like I okay, I think Vikings could be cool, but I don't know. It's something about the Vikings that I keep on feeling like they're gonna end up disappointing, and so like I just like something in my brain just like I just can't see them making the Super Bowl. If they do, that would be cool. Sure, throws and oh my gosh. Okay, Justin Herbert should not have thrown that ball. He threw it behind Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer almost got like obliterated. As we be 4th and 3. They're gonna punt this ball away with 5:07 to go second quarter. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Patrick Surtain was on. Well, actually, no, it was in a zone. He was in a flat zone on that play. But great job by number 22 for the Broncos by dislodging that ball. But yeah, it's just something within me. I just can't feel like the Vikings are going to make it. And fair caught at about the 21-yard line is Marvin Mims. So first down 10 for the Broncos. You got 5 minutes left. You're up 21-10. You haven't been stopped yet. So, it's insane how disrespected Lamar is when he's literally won two MVPs, one of them the year after he was drafted. I think it's because okay, as someone who also has done, has done draft predictions, all that kind of stuff. There are times where you feel so good about a draft evaluation that you are willing to be very, very stubborn about it. For a lot of people, Lamar should have never been a quarterback. He was a running back. They'll always say that. You'll have some people who are so adamant that Lamar won his MVP when he should have won his MVP last year. Which, granted, you can say it should have been Christian McCaffrey. You could say it could have been other people, but he still won it regardless. Are you going to take away Cam Newton's MVP? No. Carson Palmer had a really good season, but you're not going to take it away from Cam, who had an amazing season, led an amazing year as well. And so, it's kind of subjective in the same way with MVP. You can say the same way with 2014 Aaron Rodgers. You can say, well, J.J. Watt should have won it. or the time that Tom Brady won it one of the years, J.J. Watt could have won it. Like there's a lot of subjectivity with a lot of these MVP, a lot of these awards, but at the same time, you can't take it away from the fact that a player won MVP, was nominated as the most valuable player because he had an amazing season. I like obviously this year is probably going to be Josh Allen, which I also did call that one too, but it's because of the fact that like does not have the weapons that he used to have with Stephon Diggs. He has really good complementary pieces, but he's also doing a lot of it himself. Last year, you could say about the fact that Lamar, had Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews also got hurt for a little bit. Isaiah Likely comes in. I was high on Isaiah Likely. I was glad that I got him on my bench. Um, he also had Zay Flowers, who was a rookie though, who was still playing well, and he was still putting up really good numbers. Like that's the thing that like Lamar was still putting up really good numbers. He was finding ways to win, but unfortunately, people still had in their mind that Lamar was the same as that guy coming out of Louisville that should have never been a quarterback. That's just unfortunate that some people see it that way, but yeah. First down 10 for the 22-yard line. Bo Nix is going to roll out to his right, going to get the first down to the 35, up to about the 39 maybe, showing off the little wheels there. And be first down 10 for the Broncos. 4:54 left to go in the second quarter. And like I said, Broncos are up 21-10. If they score a touchdown here, I'm not saying it's done. I'm not going to say anything like that. But the Broncos have looked really, really good. Lamar and Allen will also have critics that say they are overrated due to people thinking they were bad coming out of the draft. Always, that's what I'm saying. Like that, that's the thing that ticks me off is when people like try to stick with their draft evaluations and don't move off of that. Bo Nix drops back to pass, almost gets sacked, and then he's going to get sacked back at the 29-yard line, and that'll be second down and see how far away he was at. That's a good like close to 8 yards. Like I said, like if I'm bad about a draft evaluation, I'll give it like about 3 years. If 3 years after the draft evaluation, I'll be like, okay, I was correct on this person, I was wrong with this person. And I'll own up to the fact that I was wrong. Like Brian Thomas Jr., even though I ranked him a little bit high because I was like, you know what, he can find a role in the NFL, I also wasn't very high on him. But he's shown in his rookie year that he's been able to evolve. He's not just a speed guy. And I'm happy for him. I'm not going to be dogging someone because like I didn't like him initially. Like that's a dumb thing to think. But it's just unfortunate how some things are, and it causes kind of like a cancerous situation where you have people who are just like continuously to kind of throw out these things about like well Lamar hasn't won the big game, but then they won't say the same exact thing for Joe Burrow. They won't say the same exact thing for Josh Allen. They won't say the same exact thing for heck even Justin Herbert. Like Justin Herbert deserves some of the criticism that he has because he hasn't had a playoff game. And in that playoff game, yes, his defensive collapsed, but also he did not do what he was supposed to do. You can blame Brandon Staley all you want, but he still shoulders some of the blame. So, second down 18, 3:36 remaining in the second quarter. The Broncos did have to call timeout because of the almost delayed game. Also, Deion Henley, I really liked him coming out of Washington State. I wanted him to come to the Panthers. He has done really really well for the Chargers. Obviously, helps out having an amazing defensive staff, and also Harbaugh is a really good coach. But he's developed really good. Throw across the middle to be caught by Cortland Sutton. I said Cameron Sutton, didn't I? Yes, I did. I said Cameron Sutton earlier. I'm so sorry to Cortland Sutton. You do not deserve that. But a nice catch for about close to 15 yards there, making a third and manageable, about 3rd and 3. Cameron Sutton, definitely different person than Cortland Sutton. So sorry about that. I just realized that. I was all the way up to about the 42-yard line for the Broncos. It's getting a little bit loud up in Rams' house. I still find that hilarious that the Rams say like whose house? Rams' house, instead of they share it with somebody else. So up to the 42-yard line, 3rd down 6. Bo Nix drops back to pass, quickly throws, and it's going to be popped up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Almost picked off by Deion Henley. And it's going to be 4th and 6, we're going to have to punt this ball away. So with 2:45 remaining in the second quarter, the Chargers have a chance to kind of cut back into that lead. Um, Sometimes I started thinking maybe Burrow is overrated because they keep losing. Then I watched the Bengals game and to remember, oh, this guy's really good. Yeah, no, like Joe Burrow, like there are certain things you can talk about his game. Obviously, like he's not going to be they're going to wow you with like athleticism or anything like that. Punt is away and is going to be returned at about the 10 yard, actually the 8 yard line, up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 25, down to the 25 yard line. As we first down 10 with 2:34 left to go second quarter. But his transformation at LSU was crazy. Like I still remember like 2018, the first time that I really like started to like Joe Burrow just a little bit, where I was still like, okay, third round pick was 2018. He was at Auburn, like I just recently transferred from Ohio State, and they were down. They came back in that game for Cade York to have a game-winning field goal against my Auburn Tigers, and he showed the wherewithal to be able to come back, cooled nerves, and I was like, okay, you know what? That's something that you actually like to see. And then 2019, like yes, obviously he had the talent, but he also made amazing throws. That's the kind of stuff that you wanted to see in the NFL. So it made sense why he went number one overall. Though he still had his doubters, like obviously because he was going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Were they really going to be that good? And he turned them around. They also got Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Justin Herbert's going to be checked down over to 12, up to the 30, up to the 30, 37-yard line, the 38. Depends on where they're going to mark him down. Great job by Davis. And it'll be first down 10, 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. LOL, I didn't know they say Rams house. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either until I heard it, and I was like, why would you say that? First down 10 for the 37. Justin Herbert drops back a pass, almost gets sacked, checks it down up to the 40 and back to the 42-yard line. Is going to be, who is that? 28. I do not recognize, like I said, because the Chargers have kind of been wrecked, but not wrecked as much as the Lions, but kind of wrecked by injuries. There's certain players that I'm trying to remember who they are, so I don't know who 28 is. Do the Rams and Chargers actually have fans? I've only ever heard that the stadium during the games is half home fans, half road fans. I've heard of Levi's South, never Rams House. Um, I think that the Chargers still have fans. Obviously, like just same as the way with the Raiders, like there are some fans that are still deeply, deeply hating of the fact that they moved the teams. Like obviously Mark Davis moving from Oakland to Las Vegas, and then Spanos moving from San Diego to LA. Obviously, the SoFi Stadium looks amazing. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures. It looks outstanding. But you're still like it's that level of feeling not rejected not is not the right word that I want to say. It's like the feeling of being forgotten. An NFL owner looks at the money but doesn't think about how it's going to affect the fans. And I think that's the reason why like these certain teams have found it very hard um, to get the fan base that they desperately need. Like St. Louis Rams going back to LA. Obviously, they were at LA before, but it had been a very long time. So, like, I still don't understand why they do the Rams house, but they still have fans. But I think the Rams were better because of the fact that they won the Super Bowl, that you had more people wanting to become fans. I guess that's the best way to put it. But from what I know, uh, a lot of fans act the same exact way that the Carolina Panthers fans do, and that is they will sell their tickets because they know a lot of people want to come to Charlotte because Charlotte is a nice town. Now, not as much as LA. Obviously, people are going to come to LA or come to Las Vegas a lot more, but there's still going to be a lot of people who are going to want to come to the game especially like these Steelers, these Bills fans that travel really well, Packers fans. So I guess it depends on the I guess it depends on the team. If it's half and half, but I still yes they do still have fans. I will say that at least they still do have fans. Um, I've met some of them, but yeah. Anyways, second down and 5 from the 42-yard line. Justin Herbert and pistol drops back a pass. Again, a little bit of pressure. Throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. Lamakaki to 40. Up to the 37-yard line. First down 10 for the Chargers. Lamakaki for the second long reception of the night. 1:45 to go in the second quarter. They do, but it's tough because they moved, and I feel like the LA doesn't have too much interest in football now. Like I said, I don't know if that's necessarily like LA doesn't have enough focus with football, but they just have a lot of people who've been moved. Who was he throwing to? I don't know what he was throwing to, but we second down 10, 1:30 left to go in the second quarter. Like I said, I don't know if it's necessarily LA doesn't. Obviously, the Lakers and Dodgers are definitely LA's team. Um, I don't think necessarily it's like they are not interested in football. I think they've just been hurt by football leaving them so much that it's still going to take a little while before the LA still will accept both teams. Justin Herbert throws this be led McConkey again up to the 30 and cuts back in. I think he's gonna be short of the first down though. Actually, that's a good mark. They're gonna give him the first down though. All right, so first down 10. 1:15 let go of second quarter. The Chargers are kind of taking their sweet precious time. They have 3 timeouts, so they're still good. 108, 107, 10. Now they call it timeout. 27-yard line, and now I think they call a timeout. That why? All right. Well, I guess you just let the clock drain down a little bit. All right. Let's see. Went to Charlotte earlier this year for Colombia versus Uruguay game. Oh, nice. I thought the city was really nice. State was pretty cool too. I've been to Charlotte a couple times. Mainly because of where of travels. It's 85 is goes right through Charlotte. I will say this: I've only been to the stadium once, mainly because it's still like a pretty far drive for me. Oh, they're trying to make sure if you got the first down. So that's what I thought was a pretty good spot. So they're doing a review of seeing if they got the spot. I was wondering, I was like, the clock had drained down a little bit. I was like, there's no way somebody called a timeout. But one of the things I love about the stadium is that you get the skyline in the background. Oh, it looks amazing. It looks kind of like where like certain baseball stadiums also have like a really good skyline. Like I think Pittsburgh has that too, where like you see almost like that same is like the same exact feeling of just like you're still in the city. You see the city, like get that same feel. Like I like that feeling of the stadium. Now, obviously, I know we're doing some renovations to the stadium. I don't know exactly what's going on. So I'm excited. Probably going to go to a game next year. I couldn't this year. I did not have the money to do so. Was actually at the beginning of the year was like, you know what, we should go to the Panthers Cowboys game, like Alex and I, and because he's a Cowboys fan. Luckily, he didn't go, but also tickets were like $100. Like the cheapest tickets were like $100 for for a good little bit, and I was like, that should not be the case. So third and inch is going to be a QB sneak, and he's going to get the first down up to about the 26-yard line is Justin Herbert. So it'll be 1:05 to go in the second quarter. Clock is ticking down, though, and the Chargers have all 3 timeouts. 57, 56, 55. Like I said, not really too much rush. Shotgun formation. Justin Herbert drops back to pass. Getting a little pressure. Throws across the middle and is picked off. 31, 5, 10, 15, and out at about the 18-yard line. 31 for the Broncos. Undercuts that. Really great job by him. I think it's Abraham? I think that's Abraham. No, Abrams Drain. Abrams Drain out of Missouri. Great job by him undercutting that route. Oh man. Okay, let's see here. All right. So he's looking at Josh Palmer. See, da 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 da. Oh, that's just great. That's great play. He should. Okay, Justin Herbert should have let him in a little bit more. Um, he threw it a little more outside, but oh man, Abrams Drain does a really great job. That's a really good job by the rookie there. Um, LA not having an NFL team for 2 decades is crazy to me. I guess most people just chose the Raiders or 49ers, but still, Rams just love moving every 20 years. So in 2036, Rams going back to St. Louis. St. Louis would not want the Rams. They want their own team. A lot of them feel very very slighted by Kroenke because he said he wouldn't. Because he said he wouldn't move, and he ended up moving anyways. Broncos kind of just dump it off to Williams. That lose about 2 yards there. 30 seconds left. Probably going to be the end of the first half, I'd guess. 21-10. Broncos are dominating, and the Chargers had a chance of cutting into the lead, but unfortunately, great play by Chris Abrams Drain. Second down and 13. For some reason, I didn't do enough play, and it's going to be a incomplete pass. All right, well, third and 13. 13 seconds to go in the second quarter. I don't know. Let's see. The skyline is so cool. I got a great picture during the sunset. Oh, I bet that was nice. Let's go, Broncos defense. Thank you for stopping the Charger from scoring and getting me point. Absolutely. Yeah, the pick. Yes, let's go. Exactly, Zoe. Your Broncos are looking pretty good so far. With the win, they clinched the playoffs for the first time since winning the Super Bowl. Like I said, I think I said this on the Monday game. Going to be a handoff, and Williams gets a yard, maybe. 8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Did the Chargers call a timeout? The Chargers call a timeout. Okay, whatever. I would be kind of upset if the Broncos would clinch playoffs because then that would mean like the Falcons and the Panthers move up to a second longest streak of not making the playoffs because it's obviously the Jets who have been on a 14-year roller coaster ride of not being able to make the playoffs. And then it's Panthers and the Falcons. Both of us last went in 2017. I'm glad everyone here is pulling for the Broncos. Exactly. Like I said, I think most people also kind of wanted to see the Broncos succeed because it's been a while. But also, they've been a little bit on the hotter streak, more so on a hotter streak. Ooh, that's gonna be a kick catch interference. Yeah, it's gonna be a kick catch interference by the Broncos. Is that a dead ball foul or is that a? I can't remember if the kick catch interference is a dead ball foul, but it was triple zeros on the clock, so I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe because the Broncos have been a little bit more hot streak. Chargers coming in. I mean, they got blown out by the Buccaneers. Was it 40-17, something like that? So yeah. See, number one, I think is the one that. See, yep, he hit him right in the knee. Hit him right in the knee. That's the catch interference. Oh, that's right. I gotta finish up the predictions. Shoot, my bad. I think I end up on the Jaguars Raiders. So while I talk about this, 49ers Dolphins. I picked the 49ers. No, sorry, I picked the Dolphins to win. 49ers season kind of over. Dolphins still technically can get in, but it's gonna be very hard for them to get in. And ultimately, I kind of think their offense, obviously against the Texans, it did not look good, but hopefully they kind of get back, get Tyreek Hill more involved. The cryptic text kind of concerns me a little bit with him, but I think overall it should be okay. So they will have one more play because it was a dead ball foul. But yeah, like I said, Dolphins should win. Buccaneers, Cowboys. Buccaneers should win this game. Though it would be interesting if the Cowboys end up winning this game somehow to try to keep their playoff hopes alive. And then Saints Packers, like I said, Packers. I think I picked the Packers to win. I think I actually kept the score a little bit lower, but I had the point spread pretty high. I think it was 24-13, something like that. It was the Saints might be able to score a little bit here, but not much. I think it'll probably some garbage time points as well. But Packers, they're probably going to score more than 24, but I just wanted to play it safe and be I think 24 is the minimum that they should be able to win. Should be able to score against the Saints. So we'll be untimed down at about the 47-ish yard line of the Broncos. So are they? Hold a second. Are they going to allow Dicker the kicker to kick this? I think they're going to let Dicker the kicker kick a. See, they're at the 47-yard line. Is that it? Is that a 65-yard kick? I think they're going to allow him to do a 65-yard kick. Um. Oh shoot, there's a couple of stuff. Who gets the ball after the half? So the Broncos do get the ball to start the second half because the Chargers started with a 3-and-out, and then the Broncos scored in their first drive. I think Brandon Perna single-handedly makes me a fan of Broncos just from his videos, and same with Utree and the Steelers. That's true. That's true. Like I said, their videos are really good. Like I said, I follow Urinade Tree, Brandon Perna, Tom Grossi. I watch Scooters every now and then. Like I'll usually watch his like game recaps and stuff like that. Like they're okay. I don't watch 5 point vids. I think the only videos that I've seen was like his roast videos. Outside of that, I've not watched barely any of his videos, unfortunately. And he's an Auburn fan like me, which is kind of cool, but it just nah. Matty Ice, you a Broncos fan? Just that your username makes me think of Matt Ryan. Didn't Tyreek Hill say he wanted to leave on Twitter? That's what I thought. Like, he was like something about coach. Like, it's time for me to go or something like that. I don't know. It could have just been like frustration. So it's still kind of up in the air. I do think that he's kind of like, this is kind of run its course. I got money. Okay, so they're going to try to kick this field goal, but still have like almost like a kickoff return coverage. Is a 57-yard field goal attempt. This is wild. Okay. Okay. That's what's interesting too. They're kicking it like a kickoff, but like a field goal attempt. Okay. All right. 57-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and kick is good. So it is going to be 21-13. Good on Digger the kicker, making it a one-score game going into halftime. Down by 8. Thanks, Matty Ice. Okay, Zoe. I like the Bills, but your nature and Thax Good Sports videos make me like their respective teams. Tyreek was trolling. That's what I figured. I think it was like kind of like a trolling esque, but also kind of in like I'm very upset with like how the Dolphins has it's been continuous. It's been like you know 2 years ago they're 9-8, and then like obviously with Tua being hurt, like they had to have Skylar Thompson be the quarterback. Last year you pretty much had the division. You let it slip right through your fingertips. Then you have to go to Kansas City, and it just completely like melts down there. Where meltdown, but it was you basically your offense froze deer in headlights. And then the fact that like this year has just been Tua getting hurt again, just completely derailing your season. Like I really thought that the Dolphins it would be like a last season kind of like a late season kind of collapse, um, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Unfortunately, their season was practically dead by was when did he get injured? Week like 5 or 6, something like that. So yeah, he said he's not talking about leaving the Dolphins. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like he is getting a little older too. So like obviously he's already won a Super Bowl. He's already gotten the bag. So what more is his motivation? I guess really just like obviously he was hoping he'd get that 2,000 yards. What is this commercial? Okay, Apple. I don't know what that commercial was. Um, Tyreek ain't going nowhere. He got kissed. He got kissed. he definitely does have kids to feed. That's for sure. Um, I'm trying to think. Let me actually look. I haven't looked it up. Are you going to keep making NFL basement videos? I thought the week 11 video was great. Thank you so much, Matty guys. Yes. So okay. Um, I've been keep on pushing it, but basically I'm going to have the longest, not quite the longest video. My season predictions videos are actually my longest video, but it's been my longest NFL basement videos because it's a transition from basement to penthouse. So last year I also got kind of caught up in with like school and whatnot. Like I had to kind of like only do like the playoff push after my transition from basement to penthouse. We basically talk about the teams that are in the penthouse, and because of finals, writing papers, other stuff that come up, Thanksgiving break, I get pushed week 12, week 13, week 14, and into week 15, where like also I was also moving this past week. So now it's week 16. I'm like crap. So I've already written the scripts. Basically, I'll be able to have time to video on Saturday after I get done working, and then Sunday I'll have a lot more time to finish up any of the videos that I have the video that I haven't gotten done, and start to edit it together. So what I'm hoping for, this is really what I'm hoping for, is that the Christmas gift that I give to the fans is a smorgasbord of week 12 through week 16 of this story arc that I have been very, very proud of. Like the writing that I had planned, it had worked out. It had worked out in my favor. I'm like, crap, now that I had no feeling bad that I wasn't able to get the stuff out, but I wanted to be good. I didn't want to rush it because I was like, didn't have time, but I'm still very, very happy with the writing that I've done. I just gotta act it out, edit it together. It's gonna take Editing really takes the longest time, um, and I'm hoping that I get that out by Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And that'll be my Christmas gift. This is just this massive project that I have done, and then once I'm done with that, then it'll free me up to actually get back to just doing the once a week, while also working. I've been writing the script for the Panthers video for a very long time. In case you didn't know, um, when I made the Brian Burns video of like how did we get here, I really liked the fact that I was able to make that video. I want to do like a bigger, better quality video of that. So what my big project is, and I still technically will be finishing up the script because I'll do it after the Panther season has ended. It's going to be how did the Panthers get here? How did we go from bottom of the barrel 2010 and going to 2011 all the way to now? Because I think that there's a lot of times where people will like either misremember the past, because there will be some Panthers fans who do not like my take on certain seasons. Um, and then also sometimes where some seasons are underappreciated, or some people like forget why did we make the decision that we did. And it's been a really interesting trip down memory lane as well for me, of like remembering like crap. I remember when we did this, and I remember when I didn't like this move, or I liked this move and it ended up not really working out for us. So it's a very, very long project. I'm hoping it goes as well that I want, because like I've had so many ideas, I just don't know how to do them. That like I'm like okay, I'm gonna hold off on this. I'm gonna hold off on this, but I'm really, really happy for this one. Um, and I'm hoping that I can get, like I said, that'll be the bigger project that I can probably set aside a little bit more time for, because I'll have until the end of the season where I want to kind of be like a wrap up of that season as well. Not just be like ended at week 17, that kind of thing. But that's like the ideas that I have floating around. That'll have the transition from basement to penthouse coming out hopefully by Christmas. I'm really hoping and praying that I can get that done. But I'm really hoping for that. Where are we at? Oh yes, okay. Oh, I think I did everything. Yes, I did. I think I hit everything. And also did all the predictions. So I think I've hit everything that I wanted to. Good. But yeah, so I've got all that through. Mainly because, like I said, I'm trying to work a good bit, because I start my internship in this spring semester, but January, and so I also have time off, but I'm trying to work as much as I can so I can help pay for everything because all I will be able to work is on Saturdays. So that will have to suffice me for my whole entire spring is just working just 1 day a week. And so I'm trying to build up enough money to be able to pay for everything that I want to be able to live not comfortably, but like not be struggling paycheck to paycheck kind of thing. So that's where I'm kind of putting a lot on myself, but not trying to stress myself out enough. That's the reason why I kind of been pushing myself back, not to stress myself out, but also to be able to um, give the time that desperately needs to be done for the videos. And I'm hoping that people will give me time to really do what I want to do with the videos and not be kind of frustrated because I want to get them out. I want to get them out to like share them with people, have people be happy about those. But I want to have the time to also make it to where like people are like, this wasn't as good as this past week or something like that. So sorry that it's taking a little while. I'm hoping that like I said, I can get that out by Christmas. Here's a question for everyone that here plays fantasy. How y'all doing in the league? So I am doing really well in my league. Right now, I'm going against the highest scoring player in the last couple of weeks. So this will be my toughest test. Last week, I blew up my opponent by 70 points because I had Jared Goff, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown, and James Cook. I had over 150, and they had a terrible week. Um, this week is going to be very hard. Thankfully, I don't think Alvin Kamara is playing, but James Conner is playing the Panthers, which is going to suck for me. Hopefully, Lamar doesn't have the best game against the Steelers, so I'm hoping for a lot of busts in his um, roster because I still have a chance of winning the league. I want to finally win the league because I've had a really good roster. I just had a really bad luck in the beginning of the season. Then went on a run, so I'm doing really good. I feel pretty confident. Let's see. Very excited. Can't wait for basement penthouse. Good, nice. Also, good luck with your internship. I managed to teach interns where I work. Oh, nice. And at one point, I was an intern. Very stressful and a great learning opportunity. Yeah, like, so when I say internship, I'm also like a teaching internship, so it's a little bit different. But yes, absolutely. Um, like I said, it's the other thing too. I'm kind of concerned about is the way that they are portraying it is that it's going to be the most stressful time of my life doing the teaching internship, which I'm sure that it is. But I don't know. I'm excited about it, but then I kind of get that kind of concerning feeling of like the way they're making it out to be. The reason why they're like you're like, well, if you don't work, that'll be the best bet. And I'm like, well, I kind of have to live, so I kind of have to work. But yeah, so that kind of concerns me a little bit. But I'll be able to almost kind of use these streams as kind of like a decompressor as well, which is also what I'm doing right now because I had to work pretty much all day. It was a lot of moving around stuff as well, so I'm very like physically tired. Mentally, I am just I'm up and at 'em. But this is the reason why I love the streams. I love talking with y'all. I love hearing um, like how y'all are doing and like some of like your questions that you have. So this is also like a really great time for me as well. Let's see here. Uh, you in the fantasy POs? You in the fantasy POs? Don't know what you mean. Anavelix. Wait, Anavelix. Velix, I think. Are you asking? Oh, playoffs. Yes. Sorry, I am the playoffs. Um, I won the first round. I'm in the second round of the playoffs. Um, facing off against the number two guy in the league. Um, but off of points, he is the highest. He's supposed to get the highest score. I think he is supposed to get. Right now he is at 130 something, but I don't know how it's going to change with Alpha Kamara. I am supposed to get like 126. So I'm hoping it has some booms. Like I said, my team consists of Jared Goff, Saquon Barkley, um, Chuba Hubbard, Amon St. Brown, Khalil Shakir, James Cook, and then um, I have Bryce Young. We don't do defenses. Instead of doing defenses, you get to have a second quarterback. Um, well, like the OP player, which is really helpful because I'd much rather have that than have to do with the defense. But I have a really good team. I drafted really well. I drafted Khalil Shakir late. Isaiah Likely was like my tight end for a little while because like every now and then he would kind of like do decently enough. Because like tight end possession not that important for me. So I've had a pretty good playoff year this year. Last year was bad because last year I started off really good. I was like 6-1, and then I almost lost out completely because like I kept on like my team kept on getting hurt, and I was so high on the pecking order that I could never get a good waiver wire. But yeah, no, you're good, Annabelle. I messed up on that one. I'm out of the playoffs in my standard league, but I'm doing good in my dynasty. That's good, Matty Ice. I did well in my dynasty as well. I think I'm still not trying to do the best right now because I didn't do the best drafting my first like the first year dynasty, but I did a good by getting I got Khalil Shakir because no one had picked him up, and I was like I'm gonna draft him because I couldn't pick him up at the time. Gonna be a touchback, gonna be a first down 10 for the Broncos at the 30-yard line, up 21-13. I'm truly having the duality of fantasy. Oh, Emmanuel, you absolutely have. Like I think like four weeks in a row, it came down to your opponent's kicker. I'm up 72 points from last week, and another I'm down 59.3 points. I wish I had started Jared Goff in the league I'm losing in. Already for my fantasy league, I'm still battling my opponent. It's like a 2-week thing. Still playoffs though. Yeah, like I said, one of my playoff leagues has the 2 weeks for round one. Isaiah likely has had a couple of games a year where he just balls out. Exactly. That's like it's a low risk, high reward kind of draft pick, like round like 7. Audric Estimate gets about 6 or 7 yards there. It's be second down and about 3 or 4 for the Broncos. Like I said, Audric Estimate's had a pretty good game so far. He's got himself a rushing touchdown, and he's got to be up to about what 30? No, not 30. He's got to be up closer to 50 yards. Let's see, let's like I didn't even look at the stats. My bad. Broncos. All right, second down with 3, so they gave him 7 there. Bo Nix under center, going to send Marvin Mims into motion. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be, I think it's maybe close to about 1.5 yards. So it'll be about third down and a long one. Let's see here. Yeah, Audric Estimate did get, okay, so Audric Estimate got 30 yards, 5 carries, so that's pretty good. Touchdown. Marvin Mims had those 2 catches for 54 yards, and Lab McConkey has 3 receptions for 57. So not, like I said, Bodie's has had a really good game so far. I kind of talked about that a little bit, but he's having a really good game. Bo Nix in the shotgun formation, third down and 1. Marvin Mims in the backfield to his right. And Bo Nix drops back a pass. Going to throw. It's going to be a first down up to the 50, up to the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. That is Franklin, Bo Nix's teammate out of Oregon, as a first down for the Broncos. I think I might be the only one here who doesn't play fantasy, LOL. That's okay, Zoe. I did not play fantasy for a very long time. Well, mainly because, like, how's the best way to put it? I never got invited to do fantasy, so I never did it. I never asked, but no one had invited me. But I guess, I don't know. I never had that kind of thing. From the 43-yard line, Bo Nix under center going to be, oh my gosh, Marvin Mims. Oh goodness, that could have been dangerous. Fumbled the ball, but he recovered, but he still be lost about 3 yards there. So it'll be second down 13. Ooh. But Zoe, like fantasy's fun. Like I said, it does help you kind of keep up with like other teams besides your own. But if you don't do it, that's still fine. But it's very fun because you get to test your ball knowledge and that kind of stuff. Compete against your friends. Yeah. Both my leagues are basic ESPN leagues, so it's 2 rounds of 2 weeks. That's why I'm up and down so many points. It's sometimes it's kind of weird. I don't really like it. A flea flicker. Bo Nix has got all day to throw. Rolls it to the right, then checks it down, and that is going our Trapman gets up to about the 41-yard line. So it's a check down, unfortunate, but still good on Bo Nix not forcing anything, and good on Trapman get like kind of getting out a little bit. Let's see who. Let's see. They're trying to. Oh, they did not buy it at all. They didn't buy it at all. So yeah, there was nothing there. So I'll be third down in about 7, I believe. Yeah, third down 7. 11:44. Let's go in the third quarter. Still up 21 to 13. Bo Nix in a shotgun formation. Javonte Williams to his right. Drops back to pass. A little bit of a late blitz. Throws across the middle. It's going to be up to the 35, and unfortunately, he'll be short. It'll be 4th and 2 for the Broncos from the 40. I think no, from the 35-yard line. Where we are. Oh, I see. Same here. Zoe, you get to not be stressed watching random games. That okay. That's fair. I okay. I like fantasy, but also don't stress too much about it because I'm like it's just a game. That's how I am for also football in general. I'm not like okay. Well, if it's against my team, if it's my team, then yeah, I get a little bit stressed. But if it's like fantasy purposes, I usually don't. All right, 4th and 2, they're going for it. Shotgun formation. Bo Nix throws a screen to Courtland Sutton, who's going to get the first down up to the 31-yard line for the Broncos. First down, and the clock keeps running, and this drive keeps it going. You get to just enjoy football while we stress about the numbers of catches that the number 3 wide receiver gets. Like I said, that's true. That's true, Money Ice. You're right about that one. But it is fun. It's fun. It's fun if you don't take it too seriously. I'll give that caveat. If you don't take it too seriously, but you're still happy with, if you win, if you win, if you lose, you lose, then it's fun. If you bet money, then it's not usually fun. It's usually kind of stressful. A loss of about 2 yards there, and that's a great job by the Chargers making it a 2nd and 12, finally pushing back Audric Estime. So I'm glad you didn't have to experience the stress of hoping a random kicker on Monday Night Football doesn't score more than 8 points. Looking at you, Harrison Butker. Emmanuel, I remember it was, like I think I said it earlier, but it was like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. It was like Harrison Butker, it was Chris Boswell, I think it might have been Fairbairn again. Like, it was like so many weeks in a row that you were just hoping and praying the kicker didn't, like, ruin your fantasy week. Barely gets a snap off. Bo Nix steps in the pocket, throws for the end zone, and when I say end zone, I mean stands. What the heck was that? Bo. At least give a chance. Okay, so 3rd and 11. 9:16 left to go in the third. I think all my stress from those random kicker games were test, and now that I passed, I got a good karma and a nice 9-game winning streak. That's right. Because we were both talking about how like we were on win streaks. Yeah, good on you, Emmanuel. Good on you, man. Yeah, you know what? That was a very stressful time in your life, as far as fantasy purposes. But luckily you're past it. 3rd and 11, empty set. Gonna be a screen to Marvin Mims, who's got some blockers up to the 25, and nice job by Joey Bosa to kind of drag on Marvin Mims to mark him short of the first down. I think they're going to try to take the field goal here. A little bit of a better make for Will Lutz here. I think it's close to a 40-something yard field goal? I think. He's had a pretty good season so far. 27 for 30 for 90% kicking, long to 54. This is a 41-yard field goal. That's what I thought about. I think a 40-something yarder. And kick is up, and kick is good right down the middle, and it's going to be 24 to 13. 8:31 left to go in the third quarter. Let's see, where was I at? Speaking of fantasy, I've had like the weirdest draft. Got pick 2. My draft was like CeeDee Lamb, Deebo Samuel, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, George Pickens, Pitts, and then I got Scary Terry late. Oh, that's a good pickup. Then I made a trade for Brock Bowers. Ooh, that's a nice. Good on you for getting a trade. I almost traded Brock Bowers almost traded James Cook for Brock Bowers, and decided not to. Still okay with it because Brock Bowers, even though he's still been consistent, James Conner has those explosive plays that I really like to have. That is a nutty draft, but good on you. It was 100%. If I remember correctly, the kicker game order was Bucker, Boswell, Fairburn, and Aubrey. That's right. Those last two were the same week, though. Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry about the stress you've got to go through to experience it, but I'm glad you're getting your winning streak, Emmanuel. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Zoe, if you don't do fantasy, that's completely fine. Um, like I said, I for a long time I never did it, but it's fun in certain ways, stressful in others. So it just depends. Like I said, I know a lot of people who don't do fantasy, and they're still raging fans. So yeah, there are some people who get way too invested in fantasy though. I'll talk about it because I think it's fun. Um, it's also very fun to like kind of like okay, I you kind of start to believe in certain players. Like I was when I made the video in the offseason about the Bills, we're like, you know what, the Bills are going to be fine without Stephon Diggs. Like I was still very very confident with Khalil Shakir. That led into my fantasy as well, as where I was like, okay, most people are not going to try to draft him until like very like maybe not going to draft him at all, or if anything, kind of late. So I might have drafted him like a couple of picks before like other people were going to pick him, and it worked out really well for me because he's my number two wide receiver, been pretty consistent as well. Like it's those kind of things about fantasy that's like where I'm not super invested, but I'm happy with kind of showing like okay, I feel pretty good about my ball knowledge, I guess you could say. But um, like Ryan said, I don't take my fantasy too seriously since this is my first year, and I know no strategy to drafting. Glad your Broncos are winning the real football games. Exactly, exactly, Emmanuel. You know what? The Falcons still have a chance. They go against the Commanders in 2 weeks. They can win a real game, maybe. Um, but yeah, like yeah. If you don't take it too seriously, then I think you're good. But same thing was like the reason why I don't do sports betting. There was some person that commented on the the last Thursday night stream um, about like, oh, you must have made a lot of money because you bet. And I was like, no. I was like, one, you can't do it in the state that I live in. But two, like, I'm not a big better. Like, I might feel confident about something, but I'm not gonna put money towards it because don't have a lot of money. So there's no reason for me to put money to something that is not sustainable. I guess that's the best way to put it. Um, So yeah, that should be a false start, but it's not going to be. Justin Herbert drops back to pass, throws, as will be Lab McConkey, who's going to get about 5 yards there. We second down 5 from the 35-yard line. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't do betting or anything like that, but like I can understand why someone would get super stressed about football because they put money towards it. Because obviously that's like that could be life changing amount of money that you could get because you trusted your gut. Like I would never take a sponsorship for a like DraftKings or stuff like that because like if I'm going to take a sponsorship, which is way down the road, it'd be something that like I would want people to know about. Like this something that I would have used or something like that. I'm probably not going to take a sponsorship. Justin Herbert escapes the pocket, rolls out up to the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Great job by Justin Herbert there. Not finding anything down the field and works it with his legs. Get the first down. So be first down 10 for the 45. 7:35 to go in the third quarter. But yeah, I like because I've also had family members who had like gambling problems as well. Like I'm not going to, even though if you gamble, that's perfectly fine. Like as long as you don't try to use money that you don't have, that's fine with me that you gamble. Going to be handoff to Vidal, who's going to get about a yard. So it'll be second down and 9 for the Broncos. Not Broncos, sorry, the Chargers at the 45-yard line. They were actually at the 46. But yeah, I think you'll talk about it a couple times. Like if I do finally get a sponsor, but like that's going to be way down the line. Like I'm still very very small. Um, but part of me doesn't really want to compromise like what I say. I guess that's the best way to put it. Second down and 8. Justin Herbert under center. Gonna send Lamakonki a little bit into motion. Gonna be a play action pass. Justin Herbert sets in the pocket, checks it down. It's gonna be up to the 30. Ooh, is it 35? It's gonna be a first down for the Chargers. 6:15 left on third. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't because like there's a lot of stuff that you would have to do for a response to that. I'd just be like, no, that is not. That is not like I barely can hit a deadline to save my life. So no, and also like I would want to say certain things that I would probably have to read by a script. That would not be okay with me either. First down 10 from the 34-yard line, and Vidal gets absolutely nothing. So it'll be second down and 10. Let's see here. Okay, Manny, I don't really take it too seriously. Neither of my leagues are for money. We just play for bragging rights, which we make sure to use absolutely. Thanks, Emmanuel. I'm glad they are too. Nice, Manny. Yeah, like I said, we don't do money. Like the loser has to do a penalty, but we don't do anything too bad. Like last year, he had to run a half marathon in a certain amount of time, and it was something that at least that he could somewhat make. Luckily, I did not lose because that would have been rough for me. Throws it across the middle. It's to be a first down up to the 20, up to the 15-yard line as the Chargers. That's Smart, who's had a really good game. Smart's, I think it's his third catch of the game so far. He's got to be up to about 45 yards at least. But Smart, again, getting open in the middle of the field, and Justin Herbert finds him. Going to be first down 10 from the 15. Same here, Matty. Yeah. Like I said, it's more about bragging rights, and like I said, the loser has to do a penalty. First down 10, under center is going to be Justin Herbert, who's going to be a play action pass and going to get sacked back at the 25-yard line. That is a 10-yard loss. That is Tillman with the sack, and it will be second down and 20. Can't be having that. Saying money leagues feel like too much stress. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, if it's like $5, maybe not too much. But like there are some people that I know like try to almost pay for like rent with a league, and that is a no-go. That is a no-go for me. But yeah, like I said, just bragging rights stuff, that's fun. Second down 20, and it's going to be a check down to Lamakonki, who gets up to the 20, up to the 19-yard line for a 6-yard gain. It will be third down to 14. Like, okay, so like the pick'em leagues pick'em league that I do with my friends, it's more so bragging rights. There's not a loser. There's only a winner, and the winner gets to decide where he wants to eat, and the rest have to split his meal. Like they have to split the bill to pay his meal. So like, that's fun, but it's not like anything too stressful. And a slide. Oh my gosh, you're so stupid. You are so stupid, Justin Sternard. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you hitting? Okay, Justin Herbert rolls out. He basically tries to get like a more manageable field goal, slides, and just Shenard hits him in. You obviously see him. You obviously see him sliding, and you hit him. Okay, so slide, and then you still hit him. Like okay, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's not as violent as obviously Al-Shaair, but the fact that like you don't try to avoid. You see him slide. Okay, he slides right there, and then you go down. That's the thing. You could have easily gone off to the side. You could have gone over, but then you went down while he's sliding. That is. He gave him a first down. So it'll be first and goal for the Chargers. Just dumb. Just dumb. Pistol formation from the 5-yard line. Justin Herbert going to be a handoff to Gus Edwards, who bounces off to the left and basically just walks in for a touchdown, make it 24-19. This extra point will make. We'll see. They're going for 2 to make it a 3-point game. So right now it's 24-19, 2:58 remaining in the third quarter. After that dumb decision by Shenard that gave a first down for the for the Chargers. After it was like third and it would have been 4th and 6. Let's see here. On a separate note, did you see Perna on GPS this week get a bidet sponsor that messed up the whole website when he said, and it said the website that is, well, not safe for work? Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to talk about that after this 2 point drive because then we'll go to a commercial break. Shotgun formation. Justin Herbert in shotgun with, actually not going to be empty set, going to motion Gus Edwards out. And going to be a quarterback power, and Justin Herbert is going to, did he get short? Nick Bonito, great job there by also attacking the ball as well, and he's about like that short of the 2 point conversion. Great job by Nick Bonito making a play there, making a 5 point game. Let's look at this again. He gets off the block, he attacks the ball. Oh my gosh, that's so close. That is so close. And Nick Bonito does not even attack the ball. Justin Herbert would have made it in. And they're playing not like us. Okay. Yeah, so I did. So, okay, did you see Perna on GPS this week get a bidet sponsor that messed up the website when he said it? Yes. And said a website that is, well, not safe for work. Because wasn't it? It was, well, what did he say? I'm trying to remember, but I do remember like some of the because I didn't get to watch it live because I was working, but I watched it on my break, and I saw like some like the pinned like when you know how to do like the pinned comments, but it's like this is not what you said it was. What was it? I can't remember what it was, but I do remember some people say like they went on the wrong website. Um, let's see. Bit random, but someone mentioned after Penix got announced as the starter that their fantasy team's name was the Neighbors Touchdown Penix. And I feel this is very fitting considering we played the Giants. That is a pretty good. You're right, Matty Ice. That's a pretty good name. My names are. Like I said, I have two fantasy leagues. One that I don't, not that I don't take too seriously, but it's like it's an 8-man league, so it's like pretty easy. Like all of you are going to be scoring high. That one, I'm wide receding hairline. In case you couldn't tell, in my obviously wearing a lot of hats, and also with my videos, I have like a 5 head. So that was like wide receiver, wide receiving hairline, and then in the one that I'm doing really well in is let the rook cook because one I have James Cook. I started Caleb Williams. I was like Caleb Williams. And for certain weeks, he's been doing well. I just kept the name because I also, granted, I started out as my name was going to be Xavier Legette's translator. I don't know, I just liked it. But the pick before me that I was going to pick Xavier Legette, one of the people that was in the fantasy league knew I wanted him, took Xavier Legette right before me, and I was like, "You turd! You knew I wanted him." And so then I had to change my name. But I like the name. Let the Rook Cook is pretty much, like I said, I like that. But yeah, that's a pretty good name. I wish I was half as creative as whoever come up with that name. That's pretty good. I like I said, Neighbors has been pretty good, but like I couldn't have drafted him because I was like I don't feel good enough about that quarterback situation. I was just like, nah. I was like, I'm gonna be good. I really want the Broncos to go to the Steelers. Okay, so I've thought about a way. I was like, okay, there is a way to kind of keep it the way that it is, where like the wild card matchups can be Chargers, Bills, Broncos, Steelers, and then like Ravens against the Texans. First down 10 for the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation for Bo Nix. Going to be handoff, and going to lose 2 yards. Well, it depends on where they mark the for momentum. But part of me, I've made a couple of playoff predictions, kind of like who's going to make the playoffs, and I was like, okay, the the funniest thing is if the Broncos get a 6th seed, have to go against Russell Wilson, the Steelers. Actually, only a one yard loss. It'll be second down and 11. Bo Nix in shotgun formation going to dump it off to Javonte Williams, who makes a cut and gets about 3 yards there. So it'll be third down and 8. 2:08 left to go in the third quarter. 24-19. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Broncos have to face off against their old quarterback and Russell Wilson. Okay, let's say the same exact time that the Packers have to face off against the Buccaneers. So both of them are going against their former demons. Obviously, the Tampa Bay is more so like with the Tom Brady situation, but still going against their former teams. Then, in this scenario, the Chiefs are the number one overall pick, number one seed, and the Vikings are the number one seed. Bo Nix drops back to pass, throws, and it's going to be, oh, is that picked? Or is that a catch? Okay, who's got it? It's going to be between Dorian James. Are they calling it? Okay, they're calling it a catch. They're calling it a catch, not a pick. Okay, I think they're going to call it a catch. All right, so it's going to be a punt for the Broncos. 1:11 let go in the third quarter. But okay, so in my scenario on both brackets, both the Packers and the Broncos are 6-6. I was like, there's a way that I can make this happen to be the greatest story alive. Okay, so 6-6. Then what you have, punt is away, and it is going to be. I'll talk about it after this. Going to be returned. Actually, no, it's going to be out of bounds at about the 20-something yard line. So okay, so 6-6. Uh, Packers have to beat the Buccaneers at Tampa Bay, and then the Broncos beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Then they move on to the division round. They go against the number one overall seeds against their hated rivals. So the Broncos have to go against the Chiefs, and the Packers have to go against the Vikings. And they've lost twice to the Vikings. The Broncos have lost twice to the Chiefs. They need to move on. They both win. I was like, this is okay. This would be an amazing storyline. Okay. Who do they have to face off against in the championship game? Okay, the Broncos have to face off against the Bills in the playoff in the championship game, and then the Packers have to go against the Lions in the championship game. That would be so fun. That would be such a fun storyline. Of like, okay, not only would it be amazing to try to see like Tom Grassi and Brandon Perna, but like have the chance to almost like competing against each other for a Super Bowl, but also like going against the teams that they kind of like. Okay, like Brandon Perna has kind of been a fan of like with the Bills a little bit because like him with the Bills and also the Lions been kind of rooting for them, kind of cursing them too, and then Tom Grossi obviously like with the Lions kind of gaining, like him also saying before he's like as long as the Vikings don't make a Super Bowl he's fine, like eliminating the Vikings would be hilarious, but also be like a great storyline as well, and then somehow either the Bills and the Lions make a Super Bowl or the GPS Super Bowl together. That would be fun too. It was one of the ideas that I thought about. I was like, that would be fun, a fun storyline. But honestly, this is probably the most fun, the most excited that I've been for the playoffs in a very very long time, because there's a lot of new teams that are making in. There's some teams that are like proving once again that they it's not a fluke from last year. Next Thursday night football is Seahawks versus Bears. Yeah, I'm not too. I'm not. I won't be able to stream that one, so because it'll be the 26th, and I'll be on vacation, unfortunately. But I will be streaming Monday night's game, the Packers versus Saints. So that'll be the last one I stream before the 30th, where I'll be streaming. What was that game? I don't remember which game that was, but that'll be the next game that I stream. So first down 10 for the Chargers at the 22-yard line. Justin Herbert in a shotgun formation. Going to be a play action pass. He's got time, got plenty of time. Throws, and it's going to be caught up to the 36-yard line as a first down by Josh Palmer. Okay, so where was I at? I wish my Titans had Bo Nix. He looks great. Bo Nix, like I said, I think I think at one point I said Bo Nix should have the career that Jeff Garcia did, but like stay at the same place. Because Jeff Garcia was a really good quarterback in his own right. Like, I think he made a Pro Bowl at least once, but overall, it's not like superstar, but still like uh, a great quarterback. Um, I don't think he'll ever like ascend to for a superstar. But if you can get, heck, if you could get like, um, I show the best way to put this without overhyping Bo Nix. But if you can get really, really good quarterback play out of your first round quarterback that a lot of times does not work out, I think you're satisfied. Honestly, if you're a Broncos fan, like I said, like Zoe, I'm sure you are super duper satisfied with the fact that it's worked out so far. Sean Payton's found his guy. Will it be Drew Brees? I don't think that's. I don't think Bo Nix is going to be Drew Brees. I'll be surprised. I'll be pleasantly surprised, but I'll be very happy for him because I was still rooting for him after he left Auburn because I was so upset that he left, not for his sake because I wanted him to be successful, but because so many Auburn fans were dogging him and they had no right to do so. They had some right to do so because like sometimes he wasn't performing well, but I was way over the top, and a lot of people were dogging him that he did not deserve some of the criticism that he was getting. Where was that? Oh yeah. Imagine a Steelers versus Vikings Super Bowl. Ooh, a team that have the least confidence in the playoffs to make it to the bowl. But knowing the NFL is going to be Chiefs versus Eagles, and Chiefs get the three-peat. I did say like one of the stories that I wanted to have. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I wanted the Lions to somehow be able to beat the Chiefs to end the three-peat. More for personal reasons, because that would make the best storyline for me. But also because that would give a lot more people like hope for the future of just like the team that was always losing finally gets the right guy, and like a lot of people were thinking that Dan Campbell is never going to work out. And his first year it looks terrible. That second year there was a chance he was going to get fired, and they go on that win streak. They almost make the playoffs, but they just lose out. They go 9-8, and then the next year, they make it to the conference championship game. They almost win, but they come up just short. And then in that fourth year, everything comes together. But then there's disaster that strikes. The defense starts getting injured, and they're thinking this could have been our year. We were so close, and then they go on a playoff run, and they like if they lose the division, they have to become wild cards. So like Detroit versus everybody, that whole entire mantra, and they somehow win it. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing for like just fans to just come together and just be like in awe of like what the Lions had accomplished. If that's the way that comes down, that would be amazing. I don't know if it would, but that would just be so that would be so good. Because part of the script that I had with like the Broncos and the Packers, the Lions go to Rams' house and to play against Stafford in his stadium. That switch over from last year, that would be amazing as well. Them having to go against the Eagles and finally go against the team that they were being compared to in the NFC like that, and then also the Packers would have been their rivals, and they would have to finally okay, the team that for so long had just been beating us down. We're finally the ones that are controlling this rivalry. It is our time to make it to the Super Bowl, and we have to beat our division rival. That would be an amazing story too. Like I don't know why, I feel like that kind of stuff. A face mask with a defense going to going to give him a first down for the Chargers. Sorry, I haven't been commenting as much, but the playoffs to me, this year is just so amazing. I'm ready for it. Uh, so it's a horse collar, but also it should have been kind of a face mask on Justin Herbert, but it was definitely a horse collar tackle by Jonathan Cooper. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers. Making sure before I start, I'm so happy with Bo Nix, and you should absolutely do so, Zoe, because he's been looking really good. All right, so first down 10, 14:55 left on the fourth quarter, still 24-19. Let me get a drink while I have a little bit. All right. Sorry. From the 47-yard line, first down 10. Pistol formation. You play action pass. Justin Herbert steps in the pocket, throws, and is batted down. So it'll be second down and 10 for the Chargers. I think that was DJ Jones. I think so. All right. I'm glad Broncos fans finally get a competent quarterback after 7 years of unstable quarterback play after Manning. Y'all deserve for sticking through it. Exactly. Like I said, I was still high on Bo Nix. He's even surpassed my expectations, but I'm very happy for him. I'm happy for the Broncos as well. And if you're able to win tonight, you should go and celebrate. A nice, oh wow, going to be a screen to Vidal. However, there is a flag, and Vidal gets up to the 40. But I'm interested to see what that flag is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be on Zach Allen because he got a little bit of he got a really good start, but I don't know if he got offsides on that one. Because the flag was like right at the line of scrimmage. Yep, offsides. Yep, offsides going to be on Zach Allen. So instead of being a third down stop, it's going to be a replay of the third down, and it'll be third and third and about 4 or 3. No, it was a second down. My bad. So second and 5. 14:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 25-19. Chargers are driving, though. Under center is Justin Herbert with Vidal in the backfield. Going to be hand off to him, and he is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be about it. Chenard with a great tackle, but basically he was getting blocked and still had the wherewithal to wrap around him and stop Vidal from running. So it'll be third down and 5 for the Chargers. I think it hit everything. All right, third and 5. 13:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. Justin Herbert in shotgun formation. Got 28 in the backfield and a bunch to the left. Looks like they're not quite bringing the house, but they got everything on the line. Play calls at 3, 2, 1. Barely gets it off. Drops back a pass. Justin Herbert sidearms it, and oh my gosh, great throw and great catch by Quentin Johnston. Gets the first down. However, there is a flag. I'll be interested to see what that's going to be. A nice little sidearm throw by Justin Herbert. And the flag is offsides once again on the defense. Penalties declined. It's going to be a first down anyways. 7 years of incompetent quarterback play is nothing. I didn't see a good Bills quarterback for almost 20 years. That's unfortunately true, Matty Ice. You had decent, you never had good quarterback. You had subpar to god-awful, especially the early 2000s, and then, yeah. First down 10 from the 36-yard line. Going to be checked down to Ladd McConkey. Cuts back in, gets up to the 20, down to the 19-yard line. First and 10 for the Chargers. Because let's see. You had. I'm like I said, I didn't really get into the NFL until technically 2011, but you had Doug Flutie and then the Johnson guy. They were back and forth because of I think front office wanted Johnson, whatever his name was. The fans wanted Flutie. I don't remember. There was something like that too, of people liked Flutie because he got the team to the playoffs, and they put in the quarterback. Oh my gosh! Amazing throw and catch by Justin Herbert to Davis. I mean, on the run, rolling out to his right, throws it. I don't know how. Okay, his hips are like this. he somehow has like an amazing arm as well. But like, he somehow throws on the run to his left, throws his right, and just on a dot, like an absolute dot to Davis. Davis comes on again in that try to do like a fake the screen, and then he basically runs up the sideline. Amazing throw. How did he get that out there? That is an amazing throw by just Herbert. Oh my gosh. And another 2 point try for the Chargers to go up by 3. 12:23 left to go in the fourth quarter is 25-24. Justin Herbert under center. Gonna be a play action pass. Has got time. Throws and tips up and it's caught! Oh my gosh, Josh Palmer gets the 2-point conversion, makes it a 3-point game. It was tipped at the line, tipped up again. Josh Palmer catches it with one hand, bring it in for the 2, and toe taps. That is an amazing 2 plays right there. Wow. Taps and then just corrals it, toe tap as well, like toe drag. Oh man, that's great concentration by Josh Palmer there to make it a 3-point game. That is crazy. That is crazy. Still not as bad as the Jets. That's kind of true. Terrible quarterback play is a really rough Matty Ice, though to now have Josh Allen has to be pretty amazing. EJ Manuel, yep. Trent Edwards, forgot about him. Jeff Toole, oh gosh. Rob Johnson, that's who it was. Okay. JP Lossman, to say a few for the Bills in just the 2000s. It's a miracle I'm still a fan. The other thing too is like you would have like good defenses as well. Like there was one year that you had, there was a couple years you also have, but you had London Fletcher and you had Auburn legend. Oh my gosh, I'm losing. Huge neck. Crap. Takeo Spikes. Love Takeo Spikes. He was 1997, I believe. Because that was Damian Craig's and him. He was so good. Oh, Takeo Spikes was so good. But Takeo never made the playoffs. And when he was at the Bills, partially because they had bad quarterback play. Because he was at Cincinnati, then he was at the Bills, then he was at the Eagles, and as soon as he left the Eagles, they also went to the playoffs. I think also the same thing happened with the Bills. And I can't remember where he went after. I think he went to the Chargers after the Eagles. He might have. But Takeo Spikes was another. Thinking about the Bills, Takeo Spikes was one of those players that literally had the worst luck. Played really stinking good, and then just could never get on a winning team. Unfortunately. But yeah, EJ Manuel. I remember EJ Manuel when he was in college, and I never understood why he got the hype that he did. I was so young. I watched EJ Manuel play because I was an Auburn fan. Auburn played Clemson, and EJ Manuel had a plethora of weapons. I wait, hold on a second. I'm thinking the right guy, right? Because there was Taj Boyd, and then there was EJ Manuel, right? Let's see. I hope that I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm right. I used to think Spikes was awesome. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking of the right guy with EJ Manuel. Or is it Florida State? No, Clemson. That's right. No, Florida State. I'm so stupid. He beat Clemson. Why am I so dumb? Taj Boyd was another one too. Taj Boyd got helped out so much because they had good wide receivers. Because that's what made me fall in love with Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins was the other one that I was wrong about. One of the biggest ones I've been wrong about. Because Sammy Watkins absolutely destroyed Auburn, and I think it was 2011. And I was or it was 2012. I can't remember. One of those years, Sammy Watkins went off in Auburn. I was like, oh, Sammy Watkins is going to be amazing. And he went 4th overall to the Bills, 2-year Bills, and it did not work out. EJ Manuel was Florida State. He was the year after what's his face? Was it Christian Ponder? I think it was Christian Ponder who was drafted by the Vikings, which I was still surprised about because he wasn't very good. And then EJ Manuel, and then it was Jameis Winston. That's right. I don't know why I was confusing EJ Manuel and Taj Boyd. Both of them were okay in college, but both of them got really helped out by the talent around them. Anyways, back to this game. First down, Tim to the 30-yard line. Going to be handoff to Audric Estime, who goes to the right side, spin moves, and he's going to get 5 yards. So it'll be second down and 5 from the 35, 12-13. Let's go in the fourth quarter. It is a very, very close game. 27-24. See, the Broncos can actually score in this second half. See. Matty Ice, was the suffering worth it to watch Josh Allen? I remember watching Josh Allen highlights and being like, quarterbacks can make throws in tight windows? All right. Going to be second out of 5 for the 35-yard line. Bo Nix under center. Going to send Cortland Sutton to the right. Play clock at 3, 2, and he's going to be dropped back to pass. And it's going to be supposed to be a screen, but unfortunately nothing was there. So it'll be third down and 5. Mariota, Ritter, and Heineke, oh gosh, were terrible quarterbacks to watch when first getting into football for me. Yeah. Because I remember you said that you were kind of new into football, Emmanuel, and you did not get to see the excellence that was really Julio. Matt Ryan was really, really good, absolutely, but Julio was just on a different level. Like, oh man, Julio at Bama was also crazy too. I hated, but also I was okay with the fact that like Julio was just so good. Now, man. Anyways, third down and 5 from the 35-yard line. I can talk all day about Auburn football and college football as well. Bo Nix steps in the pocket, throws, checks down, is going to get the first down to the 40, up to the 45, down to about the 40, probably the 43-yard line, and that's going to be Burton with another great play. First down for the Broncos. Allen makes up for it all for sure. Oh, I forgot to mention Peterman. Oh, Peterman was the all-time low pull. Absolutely. Nathan Peterman. Ooh. Was it, how many interceptions was that? I can't remember how many interceptions. Was that 5? Or was it 4? It was something ridiculous like that. It was almost as bad as Jameis Winston had a 5 interception game in London against the Panthers, part of his 30-30 season. Bo Nix is going to take a deep shot, and it's going to be wide open, but he underthrows it, and it's going to be incomplete. Marvin Mims is looking for a flag, but unfortunately he was open, and Bo Nix way underthrew it. Bo, you had him. He had beaten. Oh, nice job by Marvin Mims there. He had beaten him. Oh man, Bo. That's what Kirk's talking about. Like, yeah, at least Bo knows is like, yeah, it's on me. But like, oh man, that would have been amazing. Anyways, it'll be second down and 10 still from the 48-yard line. Going to be a handoff, and that's going to be Javonte Williams with only about a yard gain, though. It's going to be third down and 9. 5, okay. I chose a terrible time to become a Falcons fan. I miss Matt Ryan, and I never watched him or Julio in their prime. Yeah, I watched them in their prime because I became a Panthers fan as soon as Julio got in the league as well. Roddy White was so amazing, too. Michael Turner, oh gosh, Michael Turner, like, I almost became like a fan of him because technically my first ever NFL game was Falcons versus Buccaneers in like 2012. Rolls out, Bo Nix throws in the run, and it's going to be for like a 1-yard game, maybe nothing, and actually going to be incomplete. So 4th and 8, and I have to punt the ball away, down by 3, 9:55 remaining in the fourth. And the Chargers have a chance. I'm not quite icing this game, but if they can get a long drive together, it's going to be very dangerous for this Broncos team. The Broncos team, coming out of the half, they haven't scored, have they? I don't think they have. No. They scored a field goal. That's right. They scored a field goal. But besides that, they've been outscored um, by the Chargers, and oh, great job at number one, downing it about the 3 yard line. The Chargers will be backed in their own end zone, basically, when we come back from the break. 9:48 remaining in the fourth. Um, but yeah, no, they were. I still remember Julio's like 300-yard performance in 2016. Ben Benwick, I never realized, I never knew, I remember how to say his name, but he was absolutely trash. But oh man, I still remember that. And then Julio just like mossing Luke Kuechly. Oh gosh. And then and then the Falcons also ruined the undefeated season in 2015. Obviously, we lost to the Broncos in the Super Bowl, but also we lost to the lowly Atlanta Falcons that year as well. I still remember listening to it on the radio because we were on vacation at that point. I think it was like close to around Christmas time or whatnot. And I still remember listening to it, and I was like, well, that's okay. We're still going to go to the Super Bowl, and then didn't know how that was going to go. How the Super Bowl ended up going. That was not fun. Okay, since you're a Panthers fan, do you think you target a quarterback in the draft and trade young? No. No, no, no. Think like Sam Darnold or Justin Fields, maybe even Russell Wilson draft a quarterback like Milroe. Though I do like Milroe, I have been a very big defender of Milroe. Not necessarily as much as I defend Lamar. Like I don't think Milroe is like a quarterback that you start right away. I think he's a developmental quarterback. Most of these quarterbacks in the draft class are developmental, but no. The same exact reason. I'll say this to kind of like carry in everything together. Same exact reason why I would not want to draft Tedero McMillan, even though I think he is going to be an amazing wide receiver, is based on what have you already invested. If we draft Tedero McMillan to surround Bryce with talent, that will mean that 3 out of the last 5 picks of the first 2 rounds would have gone to wide receivers, and one's not even on our team anymore. So that's why I would say no, 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 no. But for Bryce, like you still have him on cheap. He's shown enough, especially those 3 games. Obviously, last game was not good, but he's shown enough to give another chance with a more talented roster because we have 11 draft picks. We need depth. We should get depth. And I think that we're going to make moves in free agency to kind of try to fill out the roster, even though we don't have as much, money. So no, definitely not. But I've heard a lot of people ask that kind of stuff. I'm not answering questions, but it just wouldn't make sense, like from a team building standpoint. Justin Herbert in his end zone throws off his back foot, and it's going to be incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 from the 3 yard line. 9:42 remaining in the fourth. But for Jalen Milroe, actually, here's what I like. Part of me feels that he could go to a place like Tennessee, or he could go to a place like Cleveland, because he's probably going to be the third quarterback taken. Those 2 teams really need quarterback help, but they could also more than likely go in free agency. Second down 10 throws will be caught by Quentin Johnston, and he gets about 5 yards there. It'll be third down to 5, maybe a little bit more. But like that's the reason why it just we desperately need defensive help, especially defensive line help. So it make more sense for your first round pick to be a defensive lineman like a Mason Graham, Abdul Carter. I wouldn't hate Will Johnston or even like a Travis Hunter if it came to that point, but it wouldn't necessarily make a lot of sense to invest into another draft position into another position that you've already put a lot into. Throws and is going to get the first down. It's Hayden Hurst all the way up to about the 17, 18 yard line for a first down. Great on him. First down 10, 8:45 to go in the fourth. Still 27-24. Chargers are up and hoping to try to I just lost my train of thought and try to drain as much clock as possible. But yeah, I don't mind that question. OMG, I remember Julio. I was so nervous about him whenever we played the Falcons, but he was amazing to watch. No, absolutely. Like, honestly, if the Falcons somehow won the Super Bowl, which I would have hated, he would have been a Super Bowl MVP for sure. All right, going to be first down, taking a handoff to Gus Edwards, who's going to cut back and actually going to gain a yard. I could have lost about a couple, but nice shot by him, finding a little bit of daylight and making it second down and about probably about close to 8. Let's see here. I'm getting nervous. Broncos defense, please get a safety. Unfortunately, that is not happening. Sorry, Zoe. I, you're still okay. Okay. All you need to do is just get a stop. Just get a stop, and you know what? You're good. You're good because you still have plenty of time. There's a lot of time left in this game. 7:35 to be exact. Second down and 9. Justin Herbert under center. Going to be a play action pass, and oh, great job by Jonathan Cooper there, playing the ball, knocks it down again. Third and 9. See, 7:26 in the fourth. All 3 timeouts. You get a stop here. Even if you don't get anything in the next drive, you still have plenty of time to have another opportunity. So it's okay. It's gonna be good. I can see the Titans trading down and drafting Milroe in the 10 to 15 pick. That could be good. Um, like I said, I think Milroe has a chance of being good if he's giving time. If he's just thrown out there, no. Third down and 9. Justin Herbert in shotgun formation, drops back to pass, immediately pressured, and he gets sacked at the 8-yard line. That's going to be fourth and long. Great job by the Broncos defense there, and that is that Sanders? Is that Drew Sanders? Oh man, Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. He was interesting. He was an interesting prospect coming out. I mean, just terrible communication by the offensive line by the Chargers there. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Bradley Bozeman used to be the center of the Panthers. Yeah, yeah. All right, so fourth and 20, and punt is away. Going to be returned. It should be a pretty good return. Fair caught actually at the 45-yard line. Marvin Mims. Good field position for the Broncos. 6:41 left to go in the fourth. If you don't get anything on this drive, that's fine. But if you get about 2 first downs, you're in field goal range. So you might be nervous right now, Zoe, but I think you're hopefully your Broncos are going to be able to get in a good position, at least tie the game right now. But we'll see when we come back from the break. Let's see. Or drafting a tackle and getting someone like yours or relying on later draft picks. Like I said, I would be interested to see what like I said, the Titans are the biggest enigma to me because there's some people who said they go offensive line, but I was like, the last 2 first round picks they went on offensive line. That wouldn't make any sense. Like some people say, like, oh look at Kevin Banks. I was like, okay, so you're meaning so the last 3 draft picks, you got both tackles and you got your left guard. That's good, but that's a lot of draft capital, important draft capital, into still a very important position group. But you need to focus on like other aspects, and hopefully you have a deeper draft class that's able to like really improve that roster because it's the Titans have really good players. Some of them are not playing up to their contracts, like a L'Jarius Sneed. But I think that the Titans are still in a position that if somehow they get able to get Sam Darnold, who's been playing really well, if they're able to have a really not necessarily like a draft that's like blow you out of the water, but like a draft that you have good position like good players in the third, even fourth round that contribute in some way, then I think that there's a chance the Titans could maybe win closer to 7 or even 8 games next year. Same exact way like with like the Panthers. I feel like in the same exact way we're both scrappy teams that can find a way to win. Usually, sometimes we find a way to lose. But if we get enough talent, then like I feel good enough that you can start making that push to be a playoff game, be a playoff team again. So like, Titans are interesting, but I don't know if you drafted. I don't know if you wait until the second round potentially to take a tackle instead of using your first round pick on a tackle. Because like I said, I like the tackle class this year, um, but I don't know if your front office is willing to have the last three first round picks be tackles. Um, I wish that the Falcons got. I wish that was the Falcons I got to watch. Yes, prime Matt Ryan and Julio in their playoffs. Even if your best season ever ended in the most excruciating way possible. True. Shotgun formation from the 45-yard line. Bo Nix drops back a pass and is going to take a sack. Bo, what are you doing? Bo, what are you doing? Bud Dupree with the sack. You just throw it away, Bo. What do you do? Okay, well, no, well he I I'm I have no idea why Bo took that sack, but he literally lost close to 10. He lost close to 10 yards. What are you doing, Bo? Second down and 20. Play clock's at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Barely gets it off. Going to be handoff. Oster Estime gets about 7 yards, so it'll be third. It's going to be third and 13. But man, you had a good field position too. 5:40 left to go in the fourth. Think like Kevin Banks and edge safety or inside linebacker. Okay, yeah. Like I said, Kevin Banks is like I said. I wouldn't be upset if the Titans still took Kevin Banks. I think he's going to be a really good player. But I think that's just like a lot of heavy investment in that. I'll talk about it a little bit after this. Third and 13 from the 42-yard line. Bo Nix drops back to pass. Has got time, throws across middle, and he's going to get up to Troutman, who's going to get up to the 50-yard line, maybe the 49, and it will be fourth and about 6. That'll punt the ball away with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth. Derwin James again with the tackle. Okay. See, Malachi Starks is the player that I'm really trying to think about where he goes. Very, very talented safety. But safety, that's not something that you draft very high for. So if you do trade back to like 10 to 15, I wouldn't mind them. I don't mind the Titans taking Malachi Starks. So like I said, you need really good defensive players. Inside linebacker, there's not an inside linebacker that you would draft that high. Now, edge, dude, there are so many good edges in this class. Like outside linebacker, especially your 3-4 kind of defense. I think Harold Landry, Harold Landry has been ups and down. But honestly, if I'm the Titans, I would really like them to take a edge, because especially like your defense tackles with your nose being Tavondre Sweat that I like coming out. Obviously, if you look back at the video, the draft breakdown, Luke was very confused about why I changed at the last minute, because I love Tavondre Sweat, I love Brandon Fisk. And for some odd reason, at the very last minute we did the video, I was like going to be far off on them. And then the very next video, I said, I'm very sorry. I don't know why I said that, but this is what I truly would have thought. But I had Brandon Fisk, and I liked Tavondre Sweat coming out. And then you also got Jeffrey Simmons. So you already have the two guys in the middle you desperately need. They're both very talented. If you get a dynamic edge rusher, this is a very, very deep draft class, that you can get one in the second round if you want to as well. If you want to focus like Kevin Banks in the first and then get somebody in the second, I think that's going to do so much more for your defense than what you were hoping for. You got out of L'Jarius Sneed, because he has not been playing well, unfortunately. Okay, let's see here. Okay. The Titans get a free agent quarterback like Russell Wilson, or keeping Levis for another year. Well, you bench Will Levis. I don't think that's because you want to try to tank the rest of the season. I think it's just because he's been bad. I'm wondering if you're losing faith in him, or you just or if you're just sitting him to be like, okay, you're done for this year. Let's see what happens in the offseason. If you're somehow able to get Sam Darnold, then I think you're sitting pretty. It just depends on if Sam Darnold wants to come to the Titans. because of like how everything's gone. But if you're able to give him the bag, then I'm sure he would love to live in Nashville. Um, but getting someone like Andy Dalton to mentor him while Levis plays, like I said, that could happen too. I think if you go after, let's see, as far as free agent quarterbacks go, it's either going to be depending on if Russell Wilson gets re-signed by the Steelers, depends on what happens with Andy Dalton, with not with Andy Dalton. It depends on what happens with Sam Darnold, because who knows what's going on with the Vikings, what their decision is going to be. So it'll be first down 10 for the 10-yard line for the Chargers, but I'm very interested to see what the free agency is going to be for the Titans. Going to determine what y'all do in the draft, whether you go for a quarterback or like best player available. No gain on the play from Gus Edwards to be second down 10 from the 10. 4:15 left to go in the fourth. Let's see here. Can I interest you in a 37-year-old Kirk Cousins? I'll ask the GM to send you a third-round pick if you take him and pick up some of his contract. We can do Will Levis for Michael Penix in a third. Hey, that's a pretty good pick. I'd rather go back to Ritter than give up Penix for Mayo Boy. Please take him. I'll read the rest of it after the second down 10. From the 10-yard line, shotgun formation. Justin Herbert throws to the left, and it's going to be, dropped by Quentin Johnston. I was not a fan of Quentin Johnston. And at first, in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, you know what? I might have to eat crow because I was very down on him last year. And even though he's improved, I still feel pretty good about my evaluation of Quentin Johnston. Third down 10. 3:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. Still 27-24. Play 4, 3, 2, 1, and barely gets snap off. Justin Herbert's in the end zone. Drops back to pass. Rolls out to his right. He's going to try to get the first down, and he's going to get the first down up to the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Chargers. Hurry up, where we at? I feel like Kirk would feel very comfortable in Tennessee. He absolutely would. He only has a major shoulder injury and brain malfunction once or twice a game. No, our franchise has already clowned on enough without the weekly Will Levis being. Also, I've seen enough of a quarterback with a lingering injury and bad decisions. Yeah. He's had 4 touchdowns every time a Falcon team has played with Will Levis being a starter. True. He scored that for the other team, though, so I feel like we would have just thrown 4 pick sixes. I've seen enough 4 interceptions game for this season. Yeah. Oh my gosh. 50 up to the 45, up to the 40, down to the 35-30. Gus Edwards fumbles the ball. I don't know if he was down, though, and is recovered by the Broncos. They're saying he was down. I'm so sorry I missed that. Oh my gosh. Gus Edwards is 44 yards run. Hold up a second. 3:07 left to go in the fourth quarter. Why was it? Don't bring logic into this. Okay. Yeah, he was down. The ground caused the fumble. So it'll be first down 10 from the 30-yard line of the Broncos with under 3 minutes left to go in the game. Oh, man. 2:42, handoff to Gus Edwards, who's going to bounce it out and going to be rallied for a tackle. Going to lose about 2 yards in the play. Ooh, Zoe. Okay, so timeout is called. 2:36 left to go in the fourth. Oh, man. Okay, so they're showing it again. Like I said, just straight power, and Matlock takes out 2 players, but just bulldozing into them. Ooh, Gus Edwards, you slide dog, you. Just let's see, who is it? Is it McMillan? Ooh, no, it's 27. Guy absolutely just mercilessly stiff armed. Goodness gracious. Total yards this half, 74 for the Broncos and 182 for the Chargers. 2:13 left to go. No, sorry. Second and 13. 36. Let's go on the fourth. From the 34-yard line, Justin Herbert in a shotgun formation. Drops back to pass. He's getting pressure. He's going to shovel it. And it's going to be up to 25, 28. Who's going to get the first down? 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. That's Haskins. And the Chargers go up by 10. Well, they go by 9. But Zoe, I'm so sorry. If you don't want logic in this convo, go talk to our GM. He loves making illogical decisions. 33-24, 2:27 left on the fourth, and the Broncos were up 21-13 after that last-ditch field goal to cut it to a one score game. And the Broncos have practically charged this game away. Kick is up and his kick is good. It's 34-24, 2:27 left to go in the fourth. And the Broncos fans are leaving. I'm fine with logic. I just don't think Will Levis has any when it comes to football games. Yeah, he reminded me a lot of Carson Wentz when he was coming out. Older prospect, injury prone, and sometimes like to play hero ball because he believes he has like an amazing arm, which he still does, and that's what a lot of people were looking for. But yeah, I can't believe this. Like, you had the Broncos, it was first down 10 from the 45-yard line. Bo Nix gets sacked 10 yards back. Oh, man. And now the Broncos, unless something drastic happens, you have to beat the Bengals or you have to beat the Chiefs. 2:27 left to go in the fourth. Let's see if something miraculous is going to happen. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Zoe. Poor soul, such a good man. He had such a brain malfunction 3 times a game. Zoe, I'm sorry for the way this is going. Yeah, this is rough. This is really rough. First half, he was 15 for 21, 155 and 2 touchdowns. Ever since, 9 for 13 for 65 yards. First down 10 of the 30-yard line, shotgun formation for Bo Nix with Javonte Williams to his left. Drops back to pass, quickly throws out. That's going to be caught by Courtland Sutton, who gets the first down. Gained about 12 yards there. Well, they go mark him 11. 2:23 left to go in the fourth. I'm so... Okay. First down 10 from the 41-yard line. Bo Nix in an empty set. Draws back to pass. And is going to check it down. And that's going to be caught by Franklin, who's going to gain about 7 yards there. 2:15, 2:14, 2:13. Going to try to get one more play before the 2-minute warning. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Gets the snap off for a 2-minute warning. Bo Nix is going to run and is going to get the first down and laterals it 40 and out at about the 37-yard line. However, there is a flag, but that's a backwards pass. That was a holding call. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, Emmanuel and Alex. I don't think Penix or Will Levis is moving anytime soon. I think it was a backwards pass, but they're calling a flag. But I think that's a holding in the backfield. Who they're thinking it is. Oh no, ineligible. I wish they would explain what the penalty is going to be. They said illegal man downfield, and they said no. Then it was like, illegal forward pass. But technically, I think it should just be a hold on Garrett Bowles here. He's got Khalil Mack Yep, that's a hold right there. That's where the first penalty is. And then Bo Nix, bum, bum, bum. Oh, no, it was a forward pass. Never mind. Never mind, it was a forward pass. I already got the old version of Mayo Boy. Difference is that Kirk played good early in his career. Sure. Well, actually, Kirk was never physically as physically gifted as Will Levis. So, yeah, I see what you're saying, Manuel. So they're going to call the holding on the Broncos. So it's going to push them back even further. 154 remaining in the fourth. Two timeouts for the Broncos, and technically we'll go to the 2-minute warning. Oh man, I just. And now the Chargers have a very good shot of making the fifth seed. Because, like I said, yeah. See, I would consider taking Levis if you give a warm body on the D line. Yeah, you Falcons fans definitely needs that. Let's see. Chargers have, like I said, I know they have the Raiders in the season. I'm pretty sure they have the Giants. No, the Patriots. That's right. So Patriots and Raiders. So, like I said, two of the three worst teams. Um, and then the Broncos have the Bengals and uh, and the Chiefs. Now, the good news for the Broncos is that if the if the Chiefs lose to the Steelers, more than likely the Bills are going to win their next two games. They have the Jets, well, they have the Patriots, and they have the Jets, and they finish up with the Patriots. So then that means that the Chiefs will have to um, play the starters if they lose to the Steelers. Now, if they beat the Steelers and they also beat the Texans, like they're playing this week, then more than likely they'll rest their starters in Week 18, and hopefully you can get a free win. But if they start their starters, you kind of know how this story goes. You very well could lose the game and be knocked out of the playoffs after having an almost 7% chance of making it in if you win tonight, or is it like a 97% chance if you lose? I can't remember, but oh man. Oh, I feel really I feel really bad for the Broncos right now. One is because I picked them, and the person that I needed to beat also picked the Chargers, so that sucks. Man, this game has gone. This game has just gotten so far away from the Broncos. Second down, 13 from the 38-yard line. Bo Nix in the empty set. Drops back a pass. Bo Nix is going to throw it at the feet of Javonte Williams. Third and 13, 149 left to go in the fourth. Buddy. I love Emmanuel's and Anavilec's uh, banter between each other. All right, third and 13, down by 10, 149 remaining in the fourth. Bo Nix in a shotgun formation with Javonte Williams to his left. Draws back to pass, throws, checks down for some reason, and I mean he still gains about 8, but still that's fourth down. Clock is running. 137, 136, 135. Fourth down and about 4 or 5. Fourth and 3, sorry. Bo Nix in a shotgun formation going to send Javonte Williams over to his right. And a timeout is called by the Chargers. Fourth and 3, 126. If the Broncos don't get it, the game's over. Um, da 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 da. Okay, so the Broncos have an 86% chance with a loss. Chargers have a 97% chance to make the playoffs with a win. Like I said, that what the Broncos have is 86 chance percent with a loss because the Colts and the Bengals can both win out, both be 9-8. If the Broncos lose their next two games, there's a chance they get left out of the playoffs. Okay, 4th and 3, 126. 126, 126. From the 48-yard line, Bo Nix in shotgun formation got Javonte Williams to his right. They're crowding the line, showing the blitz, drops back to pass, and throws. It's going to be a first down, but barely, and it's going to be a Kroll. So 116 left to go in the fourth quarter, first down 10. Bo Nix shotgun formation. Javonte Williams to his left. Drops back to pass. Bo Nix going to check down. Javonte Williams is going to get to the 40 and down about the 36-yard line, but gets out of bounds for a first down. 102 left to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah. No, Manuel. Just you know what? Let's just focus on. They're bringing out the field goal kicker. All right, so they're bringing out the field goal kicker now so that they can have enough time to lead a touchdown drive. This is a 55-yard field goal by Will Levis. Clock calls at 3. Kick is up, and kick is good. Ooh, that was a low kick. So they make it 27 to 34. 57 seconds remain. 2 timeouts for the Broncos. So technically, if they don't get the onside kick, there's still a chance they can get the ball back with barely any time left on the clock. So you tell me there's a chance. Okay. You know what, Emmanuel? You know what? There is still a chance. Very low, but still a chance. Regardless. Okay. Onside kicks. So far this season, 3 for 45, a 7% chance. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh, buddy. Wasn't James Lynch from Baylor the same Baylor that had Matt Rule? The same Matt Rule that went to Nebraska, and Nebraska started to try to clown on the Panthers because we didn't know what we had. Just making connections. Y'all are paying 50% of the contract for Kirk Cousins. Okay. That's a lot, though. All right, so on for onside kick. Will Lutz. I'm hoping the Broncos can pull through here. There's still a chance, and like I said, even if you don't get the onside kick, there's still technically a chance. Onside kick and a timeout was called by the Chargers. I would be nervous too. Like I said, I don't want to pile on, but you had everything in front of you. You were down by 3. You were in good field position. You're almost at midfield, and then I don't know if it was a brain fart or what it was, but it was miscommunication. Obviously, you don't want to get intentional grounding, but you still had time so that you could move around or try to sidearm it. And if it got blocked by Bud Dupree, then so what? It's going to be incomplete pass. But then you take a 10-yard sack. You can't be doing that, Bo. And that's what ticked me off, because I was just you pretty much almost killed that drive with that sack. So, 57 seconds remain, 27 to 34. Broncos trying for this onside kick, a 7% chance of making it so far this season. And kick is away, and it is, oh, wow. Almost went right through the hands of 31, but luckily he was able to catch it. And 56 seconds remain. So, still not the end. Still two timeouts. But if the Broncos were to get the ball back, it would be with under 10 seconds, I believe. Because you got to take into account, like, it was right off the fingertips. Oh, but you have to not only, let's see, heck yeah, at least some cap it. You're getting the premium elite backup player that has no sex in the NFL and is benched for a dude with only 2.5 all season. True. All right, first down 10, shotgun formation. Going to be a kneel down with 52 seconds remain. But yeah, so basically they're just going to try to get as much clock as possible they can get down, and they're probably going to try to like just punt this ball skyrocket. Oh man, but still technically a chance. Heck, there can be a punt block for a touchdown. You never know. Second and 15. Justin Herbert in shotgun formation. Going to once again try to get as much clock as possible down. You got to get him. Okay. 48 seconds remain. Last timeout by the Broncos. Uh, we demand you pay 100% of his contract. Oh, okay. So, what is it saying? Well, they're winning, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh well. Third and 20. Justin Herbert once again going to try to run out the clock, and be 44 seconds remain. Oh, sorry, no. There'll be about 3 seconds that remain once the Chargers call a timeout. There'll be one more play, and if I'm the Chargers, I'm not punting it. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just uh, taking the ball and running it out completely. Wait. There's no way you can't just have the clock run out. Yeah, they got to put about like 3 more seconds on. I don't know why they just run out the clock. You can't just do that. Path to the playoff. Like I said, if the Broncos lose all three remaining games and Cincinnati or Miami win all three remaining games, then they are going to be um, eliminated. Takes a shot, and it is going to be triple zeros on the clock. 34-27. You'll be getting top 10 passing yards leader, and all I'm asking you to do is pay a small amount of $20 million for cap reason. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Los Angeles Chargers will clinch a playoff spot with Miami and Indiana loss or tie, which is not going to happen because Indianapolis plays the Titans. So, oh, what could have been? What could have been? Season's still not over for the Broncos. I'm not saying anything like that, but man, now you are putting yourself in a corner. You have to beat the Bengals, and if you don't beat the Bengals, you have to hope and pray you could beat your arch rival in the Chiefs. I do okay. I do still feel fairly confident about the Broncos' chances to win both of their last games. I agree. I agree. I think, like I said, I keep on saying that, like, like, oh, you need to beat this. Like, I just know that anything can happen. The the fact that the Bengals have to win out can also push them out, can also push them to basically playing every single game as a playoff game. And if you're not ready, then you're going to be upset. I think that's what I'm really concerned about with the Broncos is like you're so you're so close to being there. I don't know if you can handle that again because last year you were so close too, and then you lost to the freaking Patriots. Like I I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that the Broncos can at least win one of their games in the next 2 weeks, or have the Colts somehow lose a game, or the Miami Dolphins lose a game. Because I like I don't know if, how Broncos fans can handle it. Honestly, I'm actually now ready to see what Brandon Perner is going to say about this game. Because the fact that Bo was playing so well in the first half, y'all were up, and then you had a last second field goal happen at the end of the first, which is fine because you were going to start off with the ball. Oh man, sorry for the way the game ends. Zoe, screw the Chargers. This honestly was the game I was the most nervous about for the rest of the three. Yeah, it's just when there's a divisional games, anything can go. And I think that's the reason why I'm concerned. Because, like I just said with the Bengals, pretty much every single game from now on is like a playoff game. And if it comes down to playing against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have to get the number one overall seed, like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I hope, and I pray that the Broncos are not subjected to missing on the playoffs. But unfortunately, that is a possibility. Well, it was still a really good game. I want to thank all of y'all for being here. And like I said, I will be streaming on Monday the Packers Saints game, and then I'll be taking a break and then start back on the 30th. Just letting you know the upcoming schedule. Will be trying to get out the transition from penthouse or from basement to penthouse, and yeah, at least your season isn't over after a loss to the Chargers like the Falcons were. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Dang. I'm kind of like I'm not necessarily a loss for words. I'm just frustrated a little bit because I was really hoping for him. I was really hoping for him, man. Well, it is what it is. Like I said, let's see how the other games play out this Sunday. Like I said, that was an amazing pass for Justin Herbert. They're showing it right now. Well, I enjoy the stream. Thank you so much for coming.